What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Today we got a really short and sweet throat punch for you today. Today we're going to talk about your brand, how people view it. Who does it speak to? Who is it talking to? Who are you building it for? That's what we're going to talk about today. But first, you know what we got to do? We got to roll graphics. Let's do that. Let's go. Oh, guess we ain't rolling graphics. We're about to roll old school graphics. Let's go. This is your first time on this channel right here. My name is Ty. I'm a former Army combat photographer, and I'm the guy that's going to teach you how to get fly when you start closing more deals and you start getting that bread. Today we're going to talk about something special. We're going to talk about something that you need to know, realize, think about, look at, know about when it comes to your business, your brand. You need to realize, you need to really, really understand how people view your brand. Who does it speak to? Who is it designed for? When you start to look at companies, big companies, you understand who their target audience, right? You can look at Sprite versus Mountain Dew and you can determine who their target audience is. You can see the differences, who they speak to. Those are things that you need to be thinking about as you grow your company, as you grow your brand. And I am here to help you think about that today. I am here to slap you in the face with the idea that you need to start thinking about that now. All right. Cruz, the creator, say, this ain't a channel that's teaching me about how to Photoshop. Nope, we don't teach you how to Photoshop video here. You already know what's up. Big shout out to everybody that is everywhere around the world. I see Australia. I see Detroit, got to represent. I see a whole bunch of places. So big shout out to y'all. Real quick, I want to say, we got to, what we got to do. We got to talk about the sponsor of the day. The sponsor of the day is the one and only FlashFilm Academy. Guys, we just launched the gold membership, put in a whole lot of work to build that community. Go check it out. Even if you join the free side and you want to just talk, you want to chop it up, you want to chat, you want to do all of that, go to community.flashfilmacademy.com. We built it out so you guys can have a place to ask these questions, to post this information, and all of the above. So if you are watching, go to community.flashfilmacademy.com. If you want to be a gold member, you want to get access to more, like all of these lectures in their entirety once they go off the air, you can do that as well. But on the free side, if you belong to the Facebook group, it is a good place to be now that we built it up, and it's much better than what it was over on the Facebook side of things. All right, cool. Now that we got that out the way, we can talk about a few things. Let's talk about some things that you really need to think about. You really need to think about as you build your company. And I said it twice because a lot of people go into building brands and they want to be this great such and such or so and so photographer, and they never think about for who. If you want to do this for everybody, let me tell you what's gonna happen. You're gonna fail. Just want to be real with you. You're gonna fail. You can't make everybody happy. This is not a situation where you can do something for everybody, especially when it comes to creating content. People who buy your services or your content, it's kind of like hiring an artist. Like, you don't know for sure you're going to get something. You just hope for the best. The goal with what we do is try to eliminate the gambling fear that is involved when people hire content creators. We want to be more of a sure thing. So what helps us be more of a sure thing? Proof. Having a niche, only working in the area where we produce nothing but solid content for this specific type of client over and over. Repetition, the ability to repeat something, the ability to provide consistency. That allows clients to feel comfortable, safe, and want to do business with us at a high level. You can't do that for everybody. You can't do that for everybody. So great question. Once you join the new gold membership, does that give me access to hop on your Brady Bunch live streams? Yes, it does. Gold membership give you the access to jump on here. Big shout out to Jim that's in the green room laughing at that one because that was hilarious. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't wait to have you on. We're gonna bring everybody on in a minute. If you want to jump on the live stream, go to the gold member section, click on live. The live lecture section, and you'll see this lecture there where you can post questions. You can get the link to jump on and be a part of this thing. Shout out to the Brady Bunch. That's what I'm gonna start calling everybody who jump on live the Brady Bunch. So let me get back to it before I forget. Yeah, so you got it as you building your company, and the thing that I'm trying to. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is a FlashFilm Academy exclusive. I'm not gonna say it is. I feel sorry for other channels that's not telling you to pick a niche. If they're telling you to get a camera, go find clients, they are failing you. They're not doing it for real. It's impossible. They have a day job and that stuff they heard and they're just regurgitating it to you in order to get more likes and subscribers. The truth is you have to have a niche. Unless you got pockets like Walmart, you have to have a niche. So I want to tell you to focus on that. And if you don't have, pockets like Walmart, you're going to have to start somewhere. It's a lot easier to start in one place than to try to be everywhere. So if I can teach you that, you will be more successful. If I can teach you that, you will have more success. So those are things that you need to know to move forward. One of the things that I watch some other clients, some other YouTube channels, and I just cringe, man. I sent it to some of y'all. I'm not gonna put them on blast because I ain't here to do that. But they are just, when I say they are just guessing, man, they are just like, yeah, that's a great idea. Go knock on people's doors and offer them, stand there with the camera. And I'm like, please don't tell these people that. Please don't tell these people that. And people are definitely swallowing the hook because there isn't a lot of channels that's pushing business. So it's very important to be successful that you have a niche. It's very important that you understand who you're looking to create content for. It's very important that you are very intentional with your business. The nicest way I can put it is you don't have the money to not be intentional unless you got $2,000 a month to drop on every brand new content creation idea you have. And if you do, that's you. Go for it. If you don't, you need to pick one thing and deal with it. Everybody want 20 girlfriends, but everybody can't afford 20 girlfriends. Sounds like a great idea, but it's not. Unless you're a king somewhere, maybe back in the day. That goes for boyfriends too, if that's your thing, if you're a lady, whatever. 20 partners. Is that the right way to say it? 20 partners. It sounds cool until you got to take them all out to eat. And then you're rethinking it. So just the toilet paper alone. You just imagine toilet paper. I got a daughter, and I think girls just eat toilet paper. Like toilet paper just be missing in the house. I think the girls be eating it, but we ain't gonna start that today. So when you start a business, you got to be very, very, very intentional. And a lot of you guys are so hungry / desperate that you want to take everything that comes your way in an effort to make money because you don't understand how to be consistent. So this is going to help you be consistent. I was telling a few of my friends, don't set your goals right now on making money. Set your goals on being consistent with bringing in leads, then being consistent with converting those leads into clients, then being consistent on offering those clients value. If you do that, you will be consistent on making money. And if you continue to be efficient and find ways to offer more value, the money you will make will consistently grow. And you will start one place and you will keep going up that scale. Don't just look at the end result, backtrack that result, build out till you get to that goal. Don't just say, this is my goal, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. Or the way you get to making all this money you wanna make, or even making enough money to do this full time, is understanding how important it is to be consistent. To be consistent, you need to be intentional. We need to know exactly who we want to go after, why they need us, how we can help them, and how we can offer value. I'm going to say this real quick because we got a course that goes into that, but just want to put that out there. I just like to punch you in the throat with that. So it's really important that you start to think like that. Don't just think of, I want to, be a millionaire by the time I'm in the next 5 years, and you sit back and just hope it happens. You have to design a plan that will get you there. To be a millionaire, you got to first be a thousandaire. Then you got to be a 10,000aire. Then you got to be 100,000aire. And then you get to be a millionaire. You don't go from broke to being a millionaire overnight. It doesn't happen. You can't hope for it. You can't wish that it happened. You can't sit around and say, well, let's see. You have to build it, and you have to be intentional with everything you do to go in that direction. The same thing is the case with a brand. If you want to work with a certain type of client, you have to be intentional. So now, when you look at your business, who do it speak to? Who looks at your company and say, man, I got to have this? Who do it speak to? If you don't know, you got work to do. If you don't know what type of client is attracted to your type of business, just looking at it without knowing what you know, going through all your videos and, 20 different paragraphs, and who does your brand speak to? I need you to know this. Go get a stranger and put your website in front of them and say, who do you think would benefit from this? Do it with multiple strangers. Don't do it with your family. Don't do it with your friends. Don't do it with people who know you, who have an idea about what you're trying to do. Go put it in front of strangers. Hire people off Fiverr or anybody to just look at it and say, this is what I think you guys do. This is who I think could benefit from it. Be very intentional. When that sugary cereal commercial come on in the middle of cartoons with all kind of Lucky Charms and everything and tricks that's not for kids and cartoons and all of this, they're very intentional with their brand. They're very intentional with who they go after. It's designed to make a specific type of person say, I need that. Right? When Jeep makes Wranglers and they make them with rugged tires and doors that pull off and zip off roofs, they make them for a person that says, I'm outdoors. I like the dirt. I like to be out with nature. I need a vehicle that can help me do that. When 90% of the Jeeps never touch dirt. But a specific type of person sees value in that. Remember how I said what's valuable to one person is not valuable to the other, right? To a guy with no hair, a hot comb, he don't give a damn about a hot comb. And as we do that, Jim takes his hat off. To a guy with hair or to a lady who has a lot of hair, she may care about a hot comb, same product. And you could spend the same amount of marketing going after everybody or going after both. But $50 worth of marketing for a bunch of ladies who could use that product is way more valuable than $1,000 pointed at guys who don't have hair. If you don't understand who your target audience is, if you don't understand or you're not building your brand for a specific individual, you will be out here wishing. Business ain't about wishing. Business is about numbers. It's about being consistent. That's what business is about. And if you choose to get in this arena, if you choose to go here, you need to work on being consistent, because that is where everything is going to come from. Being consistent, being more efficient at being consistent, and making sure that you understand and everything about you is designed to do one thing. Business is very simple. Business is about turning $1 into $2, period. Every business in the world is in business to turn $1 into $2. Nonprofits are in business to turn $1 into $2. They have advertising budgets. Churches, throat punch. You got your hat on? Churches, even churches, are in the business of turning $1 into $2. If you're not looking at your business like that, maybe you shouldn't be in business. The goal is to turn $1 into $2. To do that, I need to be very specific, very direct, very intentional. Now, go look at your website. Think about your colors. Think about your font. Think about the size of your font. Think about your pictures. Think about your button placement. Who does it speak to? If you're in a niche where a majority of your viewers are on a mobile device and your website ain't mobile first, how can you have success? If all of your, I said this last week, if all of your clients are over 55, you're going after dentists and horse trainers, and your font is 9 where it should be 15, how are you going to be successful? If you're going after the dental field or you're going after the medical field and your colors are dark, grays, blacks, browns, dark blue, navy, that's funny because the medical field is a very high key environment, very bright, light, clean. Are you making your life harder or are you making your life easier? Are you making your chances at being successful harder or are you making them easier? What exactly are you doing? GMO, I'm definitely talking about the community section. You guys can post in there all day. So those are things that you have to think about. Those are things that you have to think about when you're building your brand. Who is it for? That's why you got to pick a niche first. That's why if you've never thought of a niche and you wonder why you have not had success, if you don't have a target, who are you shooting at? Why are you wasting bullets? Oh, because those other YouTube channels tell you to have a machine gun and just shoot everybody, shoot everywhere. I'm telling you to be a sniper. Snipers change the world. Machine gunners don't. They just provide suppressive fire. Snipers have changed the direction of countries in history. Machine guns, not so much. Maybe the Gatling gun, maybe. Plus, machine guns require 2 men, 3 men to carry rounds and put stuff together. It's not super effective as much as it is on TV. If anybody's been in the military, understand that the job of the machine gun is to provide suppressor fire so we can flank and move into position. That's it. On TV, they're ranking up, they're running up the score. In real life, they're designed to be loud, to make that person duck so we can go do what we got to do. Snipers it's where it's at. That's why there's movies about snipers. There's not movies about machine gunners. There's not movies about gunners. Nobody's who shot 3 billion rounds in a war. Do the research. So you're not in a position right now. You can't afford all the bullets the machine gun got anyway. If we need to put 1 or 2 down range, we need to make sure they count. The way to make sure they count is by being very specific, being very intentional. Build your business to go after one type of person and make it so that person can't say no. They can't say no. People who love buffets, I'm sure it's a Golden Corral or somebody around you that's blasting commercials about how you can get steak and shrimp and lobster. You don't have to pick. You can get it all. $14.90. Like, man, there's a guy or a family that can't decide on what they want to eat. That's like, we going to Golden Corral. 9 times out of 10, the times where we went to Golden Corral, we just had a bunch of people and we couldn't pick something. We was at Golden Corral. So be very intentional. Every business around you is very intentional. Every business around you is very intentional. If you live in an urban area, you see a lot of check cashing places, don't you? You live in a suburban area, you probably see a lot of banks. It's a reason for that. Like, got a lot of animals in your area. It's funny how Petco start popping up. Pet shops and stuff. Every company that's successful is intentional. What make you think you're gonna just walk outside and just get everybody? You're gonna bag everybody. It's not gonna happen. Real quick, make sure you are listening to the podcast. And if you are listening to the podcast, make sure you rate us 5 stars if possible. I appreciate it. Like they say in the hood, appreciate it. So within the realm of keeping it short and sweet, we're gonna start bringing in everybody. We got Mario, go mode. And we got Jim on standby. We're gonna bring those guys in. I'm gonna throw on my headphones and we're gonna go ahead and chop it up. Real quick, before I do that, there were some good questions that came up, and I want to make sure I answer them. I want to make sure I answer them. There was a good question about beta clients. Where was that beta client question at? Okay, Mr. B had a question until I find it. Mr. B asks, Ty, what do you say to the argument that post-COVID, having a niche is risky and putting your eggs in one basket? Tell that to American Airlines that decide to just fly planes. Tell it to Jiffy Lube that said we just gonna do oil changes. Tell it to a million companies around you that have one niche. It's not risky at all. Let me. This is gonna be a real throat punch. Not just for you, Mr. B, but for a lot of people, right? Lack of business knowledge makes you think that it's too risky. Lack of business knowledge makes you, because there's two things. Like, I'm gonna tell you what pops up on people who have not learned enough about business, right? Is that they don't want to do one thing. That's one thing that pops up about people who have not done enough understanding of business. And then it's too saturated. So these are two things that scare people on both ends. I really don't want to do it because there's too many people doing it. And man, I don't want to put my eggs in that basket and just do that when I got no, absolutely not. It's never too saturated. You just have proof of concept. Now your job is to go steal market share. It's never too saturated. You just got to find a way to do it better. And now you have proof that everybody's out there buying it. What do you mean a $10 billion industry is too saturated? No, that's your opportunity to get your hands on $10 billion. What's the opposite of that? Going into an area that's unproven. Now I got to convince people that they need widgets. Well, I ain't never had a widget before. You mean to tell me you gonna try to sell me? That's hard to do. It's easy to sell vacuum cleaners right now because people know what a vacuum cleaner is. People need a vacuum cleaner. They used a vacuum cleaner. It's the perfect time to sell a vacuum cleaner. But it's hard selling something people have never heard of before, especially at a price that you probably want to, because now you have to educate them on what this is, how it helps their life, why it should be more, why you should buy it now, and how they can't live without it. That's hard to do starting from a company that nobody's never heard of before. It takes a lot of money to build that trust. It don't take a lot of money to sell a cookie because everybody's in their life has had a cookie. You don't have to go into detail on the cookie. It's just what kind of cookie it is. Cool, let me get one. It's a quick decision. That's why when you see these pop-up stands, they sell hot dogs. Why? Because everybody named mama had a hot dog before. There's nothing to think about. If they were selling something different, it's just harder to do. So oversaturated is not an issue. That's lack of business knowledge. Focusing on one thing is never a bad thing. Specialist makes the most money. You will not run out of clients. You will look and see that there's a lot of people who specialize in what you do. And then you'll start to say, well, maybe it's saturated. And then you'll come back to me telling you, take over the market. Period. Those are two fears that people use to stay within the comfort zone of their box. Don't listen to it. All right, next question that popped up. Let me let my guys on, and then I'm gonna keep answering questions. So, because I know they've been patiently waiting. Let me let my guys in here real quick and put my headphones on real quick. What's going on, everybody?
What up?
Make sure we can hear you guys. Give me one quick second. Let me go through and let me answer a few of these questions, and then we can get right to it. When getting a beta client, when getting beta clients, do you reach out via email or what's the best platform? JB Film says, Chevrolet, shove one foot, lay another, and walk up in that thing. Walk up in there and talk to them. Business owner to business owner. That's who I like to speak to. I don't like to, because they think about it, right? This is a great example of living from your point of view and not living from the point of view of the business owner. While you may be missing out, they get a ton of emails, phone calls, and even people that walk in daily. And if I had to put it in that order, it's going to be 1 million emails, 1,000 phone calls, and probably 2 people a day. So your chances are much greater face to face. Walk in. I cover that big time in module 1 if you want to go and watch the whole chapter breaking down what you should do. All right, let me answer a few more questions. GMO, hit me up on Instagram if you're having problems getting to the gold member section. Let me know. I'll get you straight. Corporate headshot photography. Okay, Ty, is corporate headshot photography deep enough niche, or go deeper, like law firms or construction companies? That's where I'm stuck at with this course. Okay, corporate headshot photography is deep enough, but going deeper can help you more, right? So I like to do executive level corporate headshots because I do a higher end style of photography that, for those who want to stand out from your boring gray backdrop LinkedIn profile pictures and they want something better, it helps me stand out in the crowd compared to other photographers that are just saying we can do corporate headshots. But we do executive level corporate headshots. Oh man, I had a client ask me, can we get these for people that are not executives? I said, sure. But it's not the same price as a regular headshot. But we offer, and really, listen, I'm gonna give you this one, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all have this one for free. I'm just giving them a shallow background instead of a blue or gray background. That's it. Y'all can send me the check later for that one. But I'm giving y'all that one for free. That's all you got to do. You can offer more than one service or product under one niche. Subject matter expert, upsells. Exactly. Listen, let me say one thing. Really, really great question. Under no means am I saying stop shooting other things. I think it's very important that I tell you this. I am not telling you to stop shooting other things. I'm saying stop branding yourself as 50 different things. Brand yourself as one. Work with the client, get your foot in the door, and say, by the way, we also do photography. We do this, we do that, we do this. So if you need any of those things, you've hired us for this. We've done a great job at that for you. Please let us know if you need any of these other things. Clients aren't going to hire you for headshots and not need other photography or videography in the future. Now you have your foot in the door. Just like when you walk into Walmart and you're going to get toilet paper and you leave with a cart full of stuff. There's a reason for that. They've designed it to be that way. That's why I'm helping you design your company to be that way. You know what? Because if you shopped at Walmart, you know that works. If you shopped at Target, you know that works. You probably walked out with more stuff than you intended on getting, more than you've ever walked out with just getting exactly what you wanted. So keep that in mind. That's what I'm teaching you to apply to your company. All right. Maurice Smith, photography. When approaching beta clients, do I tell them that I have a regular job? Just think about clashing schedules. Yes, tell them, be honest with them. Hey, I'm starting a company. We have a product. This is what we're trying to do. And in module 1, I even got a pitch. I even got something you can say to them, like literally word for word. Walk in and like 3 people was like, I literally just read it. And the beta client said yes. So keep that in mind. Go in, be honest. The goal is to build the relationship so that you can get the information you need to build your product. They're going to tell you. Let me see. I'm getting a lot of phone numbers. This is Creative Reflections. I'm getting a lot of phone numbers instead of emails. How much does it cost for your SMS message service? Would it be a good way to market? It costs just as much as probably about an email service, just as much as probably MailChimp. You probably send out 1,000 messages for like $20 a month. Text messaging is the future. Text messaging is the future. Keep that in mind. Let me see. Marie Smith says the niche selected is snack food promotions for corporate companies starting in Jamaica. Depending on where you are, will determine whether or not the value of that. I don't know the value of that in Jamaica. You would know much better than me, but if it's a lot of snack companies, listen, I had this conversation with a friend of mine earlier. You always want to be in a position where you're tripping over new business, not looking for new business. You want to trip over it. You don't want to have to hunt every day. You want to trip over it, right? Everybody, everybody like, chickens or whatever's, steaks. But if you can get full off squirrel, and there's a whole bunch of squirrels around there, you may want to start squirrel trapping. You know what I'm saying? If you can eat every day off squirrel, and you getting, cow meat every once a month, and y'all trying to make it stretch, y'all may want to switch it up to squirrel. I'm just saying. And then, stockpile your squirrel and then go get you some cow meat. Go do it that way. Turnox. I don't even. Let me make sure I say this. First of all, I don't appreciate the super chat. I appreciate the super chat. Is it Turnox Zilla? Zilla? Am I saying that wrong? I feel terrible. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you. Say dropping them gems for a while. I'm busting people in the head with diamonds all day. All day. What's going on, fellas? Everybody that's in the room, what's going on?
Not much. Just taking these gems.
Taking the gems. How y'all week going?
Good. Pretty productive. Just trying to figure out stuff to get to the next level. Because I remember with module 1, you say don't be hard because this stuff going to take at least a year. So it's just really going through everything. Just getting everything done.
Let me ask you a question. I like to ask people this question with module 1. How much did you have done that you had to rip up and go back and redo after module 1? Be honest.
Shoot. I won't say as much as having to rip things up, but as it was a lot of stuff that I never thought about in here. Like I think the biggest one is the business mailing address. That's just awesome. I think that's probably that, and then the part about the whole having the right support system. I think of course the whole module was good, but those two really stood out to me. That stuff and the business phone line, which is awesome because you ain't got people calling your personal phone. So now when you see a strange number on your personal phone, it's BS because it's not, you got the business line now. So it's not clients, it's probably not jobs or nothing like that. So
I call it the money phone. I like to know that when my phone ring is money, period. So I'm, you're excited about it and you're like, oh man, okay, this phone ringing. Okay, here we go. Thank you for calling FlashFilm. This is speaking. How may I help you? You know what I'm saying? You're excited about it. I'm a whole different guy when that phone ring. I'll be like, shut up. Everybody shut up. You know what I'm saying?
I love how Vonage tells me what button they pushed, but I got it to set. So as soon as I get it, that little voice will come on. You have a call for such and such, just to give me a little extra time to gather myself.
Yeah, that's perfect. So one of the things I talk about in the beginning of the course is the personal life, the personal side of life, the stuff you need to think about before you talk about dollars and ones and stuff you need to get together in your personal life. You're dealing with your relationships, those who are around you. That part is extremely important. And if you don't have that, building a foundation on bad land is going to be rough.
Right. Definitely true. Because my lady, she really, once I told her what was going on, she started to really gravitate. And now she understands, even these Thursday night joints, she understands it all. She even was, sometimes I would bring her in to take on certain shoots, be behind the scenes. I'll give her my phone and, she'll do whatever with the phone.
Yeah. Once they understand what you're trying to do, they see it because they can't see the dream. They can't see the dream, in your head. But once they see it, they can be a part of it, and they'll love to be a part of it. And they really,
I know.
Wait till the money start flowing in too. They really gonna be there.
Well, it's funny you say that because I have a partner in crime with our business here, and his wife has always been a little wishy-washy, and I started writing her checks, and dropping them off. And Josh would be like, "Where's my? Are we going to split that?" I'm like, "You go talk to your wife. I'm going to be on her good side, okay, man. I don't want her wanting to spend time with you. I want you at the studio with me making videos."
It's man, that's almost like a you're paying for his services. He getting pimped a little bit. It kind of feels like that, man. I ain't gonna put it out there, but it's like you just said, I'm writing checks to the pimp. Show up, man. Be there on time. Wear what I want you to wear, and be there and be ready. That's literally, you know what I'm saying? That's literally what's going on in that situation.
Oh man, it's been crazy this week. It's funny you talk about finding your niche, and I know we talked about this before because I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm in like if my niche was dentists, I'd be out of a job in about a month because I'd hit all like 10 of them, and that'd be it.
No.
So we started as Liedrich aerial imaging because we wanted to get into drones and just provide drone services up here in northern Minnesota. Well, then people started asking us to do more things and do more things. And then we were like, yeah, but I don't think people are really finding us. So we went and talked to some businesses, and one guy who's done a lot of marketing and research, he sat down and he said, everybody's pigeonholed you. They all think you're a drone company because that's what your logo is. And we were like, oh, really? Well, he's like, well, why don't you change it? And then it was funny because Josh and I had been talking about a month before, like, maybe we need to change it to like Liedrich Studios and just kind of lead with that and hire some folk and do whatever to run these other divisions. And we ended up doing that. And even on the logo design, we ended up with like this little symbol that we have here. But at first, of course, I had like the Black Magic Ursa all silhouetted out with a big long lens and all the mounting equipment. And the guy looked at it and he's like, what the heck is that? And I'm like, if you know, you know, man.
Right.
Well, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, man, how about a film strip? Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, okay. So it wasn't about me. It was about, well, all right, I'll do it. And it's been fantastic ever since, to the point where, well, yesterday alone, I had a client 2 days ago call me and say, hey, Jim, could you shoot 6 videos for us for a client? And I'm like, absolutely. When do you need it? Well, that's the catch. We need you to and I'm like, what do you mean by that? And they say, we need to have you film that tomorrow. And we need it by Thursday morning. And I'm like, I don't know if you need it. Let me put together a proposal and we'll see if you need it.
Right. Big check.
Yeah.
I filmed all day yesterday and pumped out 6 videos and got it all said and done. And they were happy. And it's running nationally already. So
Nice.
I was floored. Not even my best work, but it was my fastest work I've ever done in my life.
And sometimes that's the most important part. Is make
Yeah.
it's just their pain point was how fast they needed, not how great they needed.
Right.
And if you were able to service that pain point, that's sometimes that's listening to your client. We want it to be perfect and pretty and extra. Sometimes your client is like, look, dude, I just need it presentable and fast.
Mm-hmm.
Get it
That's
done.
what it boiled down to.
And I tell people all the time, in your area, you want to make sure you in the right niche. Pick something that's, again, that you're tripping over and maybe not hunting for, so you'll have so much business where where your things are just flowing. Kim asked a really good question. She said, I need to get a team together to create a video which will highlight the process to make a product. How do I find talent that will be reliable and competent to get this done? Okay, there's a few ways to do it. You can use Upwork, you can use Thumbtack, you can use Honeybook. There's a lot of ways to do it. In order to find whether or not they're competent or not, that is going to be your ability to look at their demo reel and make that decision. I'm gonna be honest with you as well. Pay usually dictates a lot of it. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. So if you're offering, below average day rates, you're gonna get somebody that's like, I got this camera from Best Buy. Let's see what this thing can do. And that's not the guys you want. So be
Right.
careful. Be careful. Be careful. Avery Campbell said, I'm moving my niche towards event photography, videography. I invested into it. I invested into a 360 photo booth not long ago to add as an upsell. How do you feel about running both businesses together? I ran both FlashFilm Media and FlashFilm Photo Booths for years. I want to say FlashFilm Photo Booths alone probably brought in, what's a good way of putting it? More than your average mailman makes by itself. It brought in it'll get you more than halfway to six figures alone. And then upselling it will get you over the top. Will get you, upselling it and adding it onto your company will get you the rest. So yeah, photo booths are great. Right now, the big photo booth is the spinning camera 360 thing. That thing's huge right now. I'm working later down the line. Don't hold me to it. I'm gonna put it out here in the universe, but don't. The courses are hard, man. So it'll get released when it get released. But I'm working on a course that will teach you how to build a photo booth off items you can find on Amazon, how to build it, run it, market it. It'll be coming when it's coming. I can't put a date on that. I got so much on the table, but it's coming. So that, that way you guys know. Mr. Shutter says, I do photography, videography, and motion design. How do I project my business out there without looking like jack of all trades, master of none, by picking one niche, right? By picking one niche. You want to pick one niche that may encompass all of that and live and die by that niche. It's not about what you can do. It's about what problems you solve, right? Most doctors can also swim, probably fight. They probably can play golf well. They don't advertise all of that. They only advertise their ability to be an ER doctor at that moment because they're solving that problem. The hardest thing for creatives or those who want to create to do is to say, hey, let me sell this. Let me solve this problem. It's not about what you can do. It's about problems you can solve. That's what gets you paid. Having the ability to do a lot of stuff. You ever had your kid run in the room and they're like, look at it, look, and they do something like this. And you're like, you wasting my time on that? Like in your mind, you thinking that, but you're like, oh, great job. Right. That's literally how you look when you say, I can do everything. Look at me. Look, dad, daddy. That's how my kids, daddy, look. I'll be like, okay. Great job, son. It's great to know that you can touch your elbow twice in 3 seconds. Go sit back down. So it's just like that. Media Smith. Oh, Rodney, I know. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think he said something. I forgot. For sure. Anybody got a win they want to share with us this week? I like to hear your wins. Anybody got a win inside the comments, or any of you guys want? Go ahead, Mario. I know you got some wins. You over there winning. I'm about to call you DJ Cali because all you do is win. Go for it, bro.
You got me on prepared. Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. Couple wins.
Couple wins.
Yeah.
Brother, he's stringing them together now.
What was that?
I said you stringing them together, stringing the wins together, back to back.
Yeah, I've been learning a lot. Just implementing everything that I'm learning from this side and from the other side, and just and just taking to heart what you said. And like I said in every stream, yeah, it's the knowledge is good, but the knowledge is not good until you start implementing. And me as being a brand new entrepreneur, want to start a business on something that I like, that I love, and I enjoy doing. It's hard. But until I put that into action, ain't not gonna happen. So I've learned a lot, and yeah, this weekend I have shoots back to back, and they're they're the little lives that I'm doing, the little systems that we're working over here, but they're bringing me what I need to understand. So this week got a couple of shoots. Next week got 3. Wow. And from that, I'm I don't know, whoever follows us on these Thursday nights where gold members join, Uh, maybe I think it was like a month ago. I had my high class beta restaurant owner that I was looking for so long, and I got it. And pretty much, I'm taking that knowledge that I gained from him, and I'm taking it to these smaller restaurants owners that they're not at that high level, and I'm telling them, look, taking that knowledge that I gained from him,
My bad. We got a little echo. That's Alex. Go ahead. That's
and
not you.
and I'm like, look, this is what these guys are doing. Let's get you to that level. Let's get you to there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, whoa, because everybody's going through the same thing, and even so, those are those are my wins for the week. So yeah,
So how many you say you got this week?
this week I got two, Saturday and Sunday, and then next week I got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's what I'm
No,
talking.
Friday, and then two on Saturday.
See, that's the thing. When it click, and you start to build that consistency. That's how you go from people think it's just getting one big $20,000 job. No, it's about consistency. It's about closing multiple jobs, and the thing is this: once you start to see your ability to close multiple jobs, it makes it easier to let go of your job. It's not about getting that one big $10,000 job and like, yeah, I got it. Okay. All right, maybe we can get it. No, it's about getting a bunch of jobs and you're like, oh, I can close 5 or 6 a week. I can close this, that, and the other a week. I can close. So it takes getting that consistency. And once you learn how to develop something they need, you'll have the ability to close more. I love hearing that, Mario, man. It's crazy because if people go back and watch the live, or people have been watching lives over and over again, they can just see the progress. Like they can just see, you know what I'm saying? Things just grow from, hey, I'm just getting started here, to, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. Hey, this is the idea that I have. And to go from that to hear you closing 5, 6 deals in a week, man, is a beautiful thing, man. So I
Yeah,
love to see the progress.
and
Yep.
it's all,
Awesome.
one, thank you for pretty much exposing the secrets. You know what I mean? Exposing the secrets. This is not just a theory out here. You know what I mean? It's all knowledge, and I thank you. And it's a crazy thing because I used to be afraid to approach these people, but as I'm getting like to talk to more of these owners and GMs, and just like last Sunday, my cousin was like, some of my cousins were like, "Hey, let's go shoot pool
Hmm.
at this sports bar." You know, they went and they were talking to the servers. I ended up talking to Robert, the GM of that sports bar. Like, yo, what do you do? And it, like we got an appointment next Wednesday on that. After work and everything, and
Wow.
it's great. Like my mind shift, it's like, this is my game, this is what I'm about. I already have what they need and what are they lacking, and like, let me shoot my shot, and if they don't need my services, they don't. But before anything, I literally go to every restaurant, every locally owned restaurant, and research their page. I'm like, okay, these guys are lacking on this, they're lacking on that, or you know what, like, they're posting every day, they look like professional pictures, maybe they need some other things. But I'm every day, every week, I'm
How
being less afraid.
and that's one thing why, another reason why I kind of preach niche. How comfortable do you feel now that you focused on, you know what I'm saying? Just that. Like how comfortable, because I know you say you're just walking up to folks like, yo, let me tell you what you're doing right. Let me tell you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the niche thing, it's to me, it's pure game. Like at first, I had created media solutions, and I just felt like I wanted to shoot for everybody. Like I know if I do a promo video of their shop or whatever, like, I'll make it. But like I didn't zone in to like being specific to understanding the industry. So like once I kind of like looked at, I mean, not to pitch it or anything, but look, at all the course, go through the course and understand what the course does. And like earlier right now, I mean, I wasn't on the camera, but you were talking about how module one made a Darren flip, to me, was a whole 180, like completely 180. Like I had to do my my LLC. I had to do the business address. I had to do logo. I had to do, I went through the whole steps. But first, I make sure I had my, everything that you teach. Boom, 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 boom. And I set it all in place so it made sense. And then I took that to my first beta client that by the time I was pivoting, he's already my client. Like to right now, we're right now, Ty. Jesus Christ. Right now, we're about to, you don't even know. You don't even know. Right now, I am maybe, well, not maybe, because I don't think about maybes no more. Within, I'm gonna say mid-August, mid-August, I'm about to close my first 4-digit contract with a 6-month agreement.
Wow.
Nice.
Like, I'm
Wow.
like, what the hell is going on? But it's like I'm excited about it. But I'm like, if I do this, like I could literally just quit my job because that's just the steady paycheck. But I'm gonna make a right move and just keep it steady. But anyway, I did the whole steps, and when I took that to what it was my first beta client, I told him, "Hey, look, Steven, I know I can trust you with this. What do you think about this?" And he was like, that makes more sense. Because if you're just doing this for restaurants, foodies media does speak to that. And, like I mean, everything, it just goes. And I'm just like really happy about this week's wins. And yeah, we're getting it.
Go-go mode.
It's
That's what I
awesome,
like to
man.
see, man. Go-go mode in its fullest.
Yeah.
I love that, man. So the implementation part is the part that I talk about, making sure you put it in the work. And I love to see that you're like, man, I knocked this out, I knocked this out, I knocked that out. I'm gonna tell you what, and we'll get to you in 1 second. I'm gonna tell you, as a person who created the course, like you always get people like, oh man, is it really like what's gonna be on it? Like, is it really gonna be you just trying to get our money? You know what I'm saying? You get people that's like, yeah, I even had like family members like, what could possibly be on this mug that you know what I'm saying?
All the time.
Like you get people that run up on you like that. Like you just out
Yep.
here just nah, just because you didn't bought some fluff before don't mean I'm pushing fluff. I'm giving you the game as best as I can give it to you. Like I'm giving you what worked for me. But you get people, and that's the biggest fear of somebody who create a digital product, right? An info product or
Yep.
whatever, is you never want to be labeled as somebody that's like selling BS. They pushing BS. Like
Family
for
would be
me,
like, "Oh, you're robbing people.
right.
$1,600 for
Right.
courses?
For this
What?"
question, I didn't learn nothing but how to that is my worst fear is to cut on YouTube and somebody doing a video on me like this Thai guy is selling you courses, it's trash. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
we all gonna come. We all gonna come swinging.
I
We
know.
ain't going.
Yo, y'all be going ham in the comments on people because people
Yo,
think I don't know.
I identified this kid. This kid actually did a review on you, and I
Yeah.
was just curious, like, what was he gonna say? And he actually he said everything he said was I was impressed. He didn't have any axe to grind. He's like, listen, if you're looking to start up a business in video production and photography, we're gonna go over this course and what it offers. And he's like, I'm gonna show you everything that course offers. And he said it'll help you get started. It'll help you attract the kind of people you want. It'll help you, basically be successful in getting your business rolling. I think the one thing he said that it doesn't do is basically he had one thing to say, but it wasn't something that was a knock. It was like, what did he say? The one it'll tell you what it'll set you up with the website so that people will come and be interested and want to know more. The only thing this course doesn't do is set you up for the SEO to set people to come in,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
fair because that's not what your job is. Your job is
Right.
to this is the trap I'm setting. People come into and they don't want to leave once they're in. But
Send me that
it's not
link.
your job to bring me people. That's my job.
I actually give you a company or tell you ways to outsource that.
Right.
So there
Because
you go.
Exactly.
and then I'm gonna tell you why I did it that way too. Because what I may teach in 2021 may not be the same in 2022. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I don't want to go through Facebook and tell you to click this and do that, and then Facebook roll out 2 changes, and now I got to go back and create 12 new videos. The concept is still the same. It's just get somebody who live and breathe that stuff to do it.
I gotta find this review and send it to you because the kid really, I was waiting for him to say something dumb, and he was straight on. He's like, if you're looking to start a company from the ground up from the beginning, and you want to know how to make your website the most appealing to get people in the door, this is very good at doing that. This is excellent for that. He said, if you're looking to find out how to get, so he did a good job. I was expecting some nonsense, getting ready to start
Yeah.
slamming on him, and he didn't give me anything.
That's okay. Because as a YouTuber, as a content creator, man, like the cancel culture is hard, man. Like they going after
Yeah.
you big time. Like they are, and I'm like, man, I never want to even be closely labeled with that. Like I want to make sure my stuff is legit. Like I don't want to be bunched in with those guys, and it's just it's a scary thing. All it takes is one person to be like, well, I
Yeah.
tried to get a beta client and I got thrown out the shop. This stuff is fucked. Like, where did you learn that from? So, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
We charge by the kit, and our clients love to pay for Aries and Alexas. Like, wait, what? So,
people, you get it's only one or two things on YouTube. Generally, it's the sycophants who are like disciples of whoever the channel is, and then the people who hate on them. There's very few people who are right in between. And the funny thing is, a couple of years ago when Instagram was really hot and I was trying to get my photography and my wedding photography thing going, there was these things where you could like buy likes, you could buy followers. So of course, a lot of these younger generation, even if I suck, if I got 20,000 followers, they're gonna, oh, this guy's good, right? So I got all these followers, bots. These aren't real followers, and all of a sudden, when I would put my stuff into promotion, I would get some people saying it was great, and there was a bunch of people who were just hating that had no problem with me before when there was 300 followers. That's just the way that it's just the way it works. They hate from their keyboard. They don't want to see you win.
because it's safe from the keyboard. Ain't in your face to catch these hands. So it's always safer from the keyboard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just know
Exactly.
that right. That's where they want to be at. Just So
And I mean, if I can add to that,
yeah.
and I'll keep the name private and everything, but like somebody reach out from the community and they were like, hey, well, that they're from here from Denver. They're like, hey, I noticed you're from Denver and stuff like that. Um, how are you with the courses and stuff? Have you bought any course? I'm like, you know what? I am a beta tester, and I'm going through all the process and everything, and they were saying, well, what do you think? Because they mentioned the name of another YouTube creator, and they were like, I think this other person has more value than what Ty is offering. I'm like, you know what? Maybe not, maybe yes. To me, it's working. To what I came for, it's working. I can't really talk about it, but I can't really speak what the other dude because I really didn't know who it was. But I was like, if you feel like the other dude gives you more value, then go for it, dude. Like, go for that. Uh, Over here, we all know what FAA it stands for. We all know what it's about. And I'm not gonna say I'm loyal and everything, but like to me, it's working. I'm learning, implementing, and now it's working. And I was like, I don't see myself like everybody, like some other courses that would be like, oh, within freaking 3 months you're gonna get six digit revenue and stuff. Like, I'm my mind, it's focused on learning my industry, understanding what Ty is teaching us, which is, here's the information, apply it, come up with your own ideas, think for yourself, implement what I'm teaching you, and watch it work. And the dude was like, okay. Well, I was like, hey, I mean, you're still here. I'm here in the city. Whenever you want to meet up or whenever you want to talk about, it's cool. But it's like, um, I can't really just say like what Alex was saying, like, all give bad reviews, or once everything comes like negative and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. To me, it's working because I'm applying what he's teaching us, and obviously Ty does this for a living, and that just speaks millions to me. So it's dope. And to add to that, to like where I'm working, which is just local, It's like I have to make sure that I provide the correct information. And hey man, I mean, I don't know about that jazz. I like to stay in the suburb, in the road. But if I do a bad job or a bad word or provide wrong information within my niche in my industry, that word goes around, especially with like the followers that I have. They're nothing but like restaurant owners or restaurant managers or restaurant social management groups, and they're gonna be like, yeah, don't go with that guy because he don't know what he talking about. So I have to keep it. I have to keep my knowledge, on my 10 toes like all day. So yeah,
Because
don't be
once you
fake.
make
So,
once you
like,
make a name for yourself, it's gonna do the opposite. Instead of like a bad rep can hurt you, creating this name for yourself gonna continue to push you forward. And I never wanted to be the type of guy that promised you dollar amounts. Like, because I think that's, what I'm saying. If you want to film dog groomers and you want to film helicopter pilots, what you make is going to change drastically. Also, depending on where you are, what country you in. I wanted to give you enough information for you to start to, so what to think or how to think and not what to think. And that's the thing. And
last I checked, you ain't holding a gun to any of our heads to come
that's
and
right.
listen here.
That's right.
Right.
So there are a lot of good YouTubers out there, Mario. There's a lot of good people that'll show you how to make your girlfriend everything you wanted her to be. But the problem is they're not going to be making you money. You can be the best in the world, but if you don't know how to get in front of those people who've got your paycheck, it doesn't matter. You're going to sit in your little 1-bedroom apartment all by yourself and be the best 1-bedroom apartment looking. Yeah.
I
I
thought
mean, it's all about the dollars. You'll be back. That guy will be back eventually once he gets sick and tired of doing that.
I
You
thought
know
you was
that
going to say you can make your girlfriend look as good as you want, but at some point you got to go home to her or something like that. Just one on Photoshop, but at some point you're going to have to see her with your real eyes.
yeah,
The lights
yeah.
will turn on eventually.
That's right.
I'm just really excited to like see you guys like Jim and how the structure based pricing has like quadruple your business. And then with Alex, how with what you've been sharing with us, how FedEx came through and you put and you hooked them and you went through that deal. And with Darren, like how I see your post, man, like I see how you put in them
Yeah.
graphics, and I see you, man. That's dope. And I'm just
That's
excited of like
thanks.
how we all growing, and the vision. Like people see, like friends and family see what I'm doing, and they're like, what the hell is this guy doing? But it's like the vision that to my mind is coming is like, at this time, this is what's gonna come this time. Like, right now there's a couple of things that I still gotta touch up on, like my website and stuff like that. And I know that imperfect actions are the best actions, but it's just me. Like it's like I just gotta wait for something, and I'm just like so excited, just
Hmm.
to go through this process. And the more that I go into it, the more I fall in love with. Once I have it, I'm gonna be able to help more of these people. Like I
Right.
care less about. I do care, but it's like I'm doing it just so these people can see that I am going to be the guy that is going to be able to fix their problems
You
that
becoming a
they're
Right.
partner.
going through.
Yep.
And that's it. It is like the more
When
I
you
get into talk to these people, is like I talk to them and they're like, "What the hell? How do you know this? And what the hell?"
you know
Yeah,
that
it's funny.
they're like I never thought about it. But
You
the
know what?
more
I gotta. I'm sorry. Okay.
oh, go ahead. I was gonna say the more you become a problem solver, the bigger your pockets will get. But go ahead, Alex.
I'm thinking. I don't. You give something a certain amount of time and then move on to something else. As far as your niche, and my niche is cinematic interviews, and that could be. It's specific, but that could be anybody. You could be a mortgage company. You could be a car dealer. So I'm really having a tough time as far as the beta. like as far as an industry segment. And so I'm kind of, don't get me wrong, I've had a modicum of success at this point, but I'm trying to get more traffic, and I'm I might have to have a 1-to-1 with you and see what we can come up with. We can brainstorm some stuff together. I mean, it's funny because you guys know I had a rough 2020 because my other company got shut down. So I'm literally, my other company used to be able to fund whatever ventures I wanted to get into. So the expenses, I didn't have to worry because it's like I'm making money in that, and and it kind of freed me up because there's nothing, is no kind of freedom, and you know what I'm talking about, Ty. When you can say to somebody, you know what, screw you and your account, I'm not interested. I've walked away from enough money from one job of one customer that paid late, that stole my teachers, and that berated my staff, and she was paying a lot of money, and I just fired her because I didn't. You know what? Not all money is good money, and it's nice to be in that position to say, you know what, find somebody else to put up with your crap. I'm not. And it's really tough when you're in the position of, did you want 2 coats of wax on your car? You know what I'm saying? So it's really, and I'm in that position, and it's a really tough swing to go. And it's funny because I have a friend that he and I came up together. We were broke together in 2012. We both worked at this bank, Wells Fargo, making like $12 an hour, $13 an hour, and it was just plus commission, but it wasn't any money. So when my staffing company took off, I got to the point where I don't need them. I'm making more money in a day than I make there in 2 weeks, and I broke out. A few years later, he went out on his own as a loan officer. My man is killing the game right now. He there's no reason for him to lie to me. He just tells me straight up. He's like, dude, you got to get into the loan industry. I'm a loan officer, he says. And then, but basically, you have to start at the bottom. It takes some time. You don't get where he's like this overnight. My man made almost $300,000 last quarter. I mean, the dude's doing real well. He's got a partner. So I did a shoot for them on Monday, and they kind of hit me with a tempting offer, because right now capital is low. I'm waiting for my staffing company to reopen, and I'm just basically, I landed 2 whales, but I'm waiting for next quarter. I mean, at this point, so I'm trying to get more consistent stuff. Bottom line is, they're offering me, they want to invest in my company. They want to give me capital and give me a pretty good amount at one time, but they want 40% of my company. And I'm like,
Nah.
Yeah, exactly. Because if I was able to do this in 4 months, land these 2, and these guys see this kind of growth, they're looking at it and they're saying, okay, we'll buy into this. We'll each get 20%. And I forgot what it's called, but there's some kind of like calculator that you guys got to look it up, because one thing, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I got something on my hair. Thanks. Somebody, please help me. Something's blowing around. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make to you, thank you, is that there's this calculator that tells you what the industry growth is for your industry. So, for example, if we were CPAs, our industry growth, like if we were start year 1, by year 3, maybe 3%. But with this, I have a guy that I speak with who was like a business advisor. He told me our growth rate in video production is 13.25%. So I did the math based on what I've made thus far. On the average, if you do that math and multiply that times that number, I'm looking at almost $2 million in 3 or 4 years. That's what these guys see that they think I don't see. You know what I'm saying? So now it's not a big deal of giving away 40% of 100,000, but when you're giving away 40% of almost 2 million, you want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, and this isn't going to be like, oh, okay, fellas, I was just playing. No, this is a contract. This is, you own 40%. You get 40% of my profits. So I just like, you know what, man? I just gotta stick it out and just deal without having the capital, because you know what I'm saying? I don't want to take that. And I know, Ty, I'm sure somebody came and offered, hey, man, you got a good operation going here.
Yeah.
Why don't we give you X amount of that and give you a number that is kind of makes you think, well,
I turned down a 6-figure number.
There you go.
I turned down a 6-figure
because you know you can make more.
Mm-hmm.
You know you can make more. And by the way, I don't know about you all, but I'm one of those guys. I don't really like to be told what to do, how to do it, when to do it. I'm not saying I can't work with anybody, but there's a reason everybody here works for themselves.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I just went, and it's like you know, you talk to me the wrong way with the wrong. It's not even what you say; it's how you say it.
Right.
I've lost jobs before that would feed my family just because what? and I know that about me. So I'm like, if I sign myself up with these guys and now they own 40%, now they got. I mean, if I tell them I want to do a different project, no, you got to do this, and I want to see your books, and I want this. It's like, you remember that dude from 5 Heartbeats? My office hours are from 9 to 5. Yeah, Big Red.
Big Red.
What about my books?
I totally agree. Yeah. Big shout out. Yeah, Rodney definitely got some in his hair too. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Real quick question. Pinnacle Image says, is animated logos the next wave for grabbing customers? No and no. It depends on who your customers are, depending on what country you're in, depending on what niche you're in, depending on what your clients like, depending on who your clients are. But animated graphics, it ain't it, Chief. It ain't gonna be it by itself. It's just a lot more to it than that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to say it's a no for me. It's just so much more to it than just the graphics, just the logos. GMO, Ty. So I know we charge a base price for our photographers and videographers, but how would you be able to add the price, a base rate to pay you, project manager? Okay, so within the base rate that a client is paying, my rate is in that. It goes up when we add more people. So the base rate is really my rate plus the people we add and whatever upsells we make. So that's how I would do that. My base rate, what is that? My base rate is designed for me to show up with a smile on my face. And when you add more people to it, it's designed for everybody to show up with a smile on their face. So, it should be the cost of that should be factored in. You should never be doing a job and you not just ecstatic. You ever been excited about something like Christmas as a kid? You should wake up feeling like every day is Christmas that you got a job. You should wake up feeling like that. And if you're not feeling like that, you're not charging enough. Your base rate is too low. So I just want to put that out there. What's going on, Brandy? How you been? You got a win for us? She's like, dang, I just got here. Y'all put me on.
Hey, Ty, don't you have something to show Brandy?
I do have something to show Brandy. You're absolutely right. I do got something to show her. Where you at, Brandy? Look what I got me. The #1 trading card ever. Let me put that out here. I'm gonna get that signed. And it's gonna be signed to Ankle Breaker himself. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna I gotta get her her mic off because as soon as her mic get on, I'm gonna be all quiet. Like, yeah, I'm gonna tuck my chain in like Debo coming and stuff. Tuck y'all chain in, y'all. Tie your shoes up, tuck your chain in.
Talking again when he
You gotta get her while the mic off. Avery Campbell, good question. Says, should I focus on building my business brand? Wait, so many brands can stand out once I start focusing on getting it booked? Let me make sure I understand that right. Oh, something that came to mind while I go there. Alex, switch your niche to communication videos instead of cinematic interviews. A lot of businesses hire people to cover their communication videos. So you still can do the cinematic.
Videos.
You still can do the cinematic interviews, but
Yeah.
communication videos is what companies use often. CEOs, executives, whether it be to communication to it dawned on me because you were saying
Employees.
not only employees, but those who own stock, those who own investors. They do communication videos to those as well. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, I was thinking along those lines of recruiting videos because nobody wants to work now. They get $300 a week. They get to eat, smoke weed, eat their Cheerios, watch their shows.
Facts.
You don't want to come. They don't want to go to work. So we people need to get to work. Let's get some recruiting videos going.
Recruiting videos are big. Recruiting videos are big right now. Somebody was wait, let me help you get back in. Here we go.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. What's up from San Francisco? I love the Bay Area. What's up, Bay? For some reason, Detroiters and the Bay, we like the same, but we on different sides of the planet. I love the Bay. What's up from San Francisco? Any advice on SEO from a website? Should I pay to have this done? If so, any recommendations? I have a win 2 beta clients, and that's the second one. The second one is paid today. That's dope. Big shout out to you, Fleet Images, for getting a beta client. So if you go to FlashFilm Academy and you go up to gear, there is a list of companies that I like to use for SEO, depending on who your site is made through. Don't just get somebody that's like, I'm a marketing company, I'm gonna offer you SEO. No, get people who specialize in the platform in which your website is built on, whether that be Squarespace, WordPress, Wix. I don't care whatever platform your stuff is built on. There's ins and outs to that platform that a great SEO needs to know and understand. So get one that specializes in your platform. All right. OV Media. Brandy, whenever you got your mic on, just let me know. After the last punch, I'm having to start over with a new brand and website for my high ticket service. Should I seek out betas before even creating a brand? If so, how do I not seem like it cut off your message, freelancer? I mean, you can walk in and say, hey, I'm a freelancer going into a business, but I'm trying to solve a problem. I need your help to solve this problem. I need to know if this problem is even worth solving. Let me solve it for you. So it's different ways you can do it. Rodney, go for it, bro. And Rodney has no microphone right now, so I'm gonna speak for. Yo, this is Rodney.
My bad.
I got you.
Don't start. No, I was actually waiting for Brandy because I know she wanted to say something. I was gonna go after her.
Yo, this is Rodney. I'm waiting for Brandy, but I'm gonna let Brandy talk, and then I'm gonna go after her. Go for it.
I got jokes. Check your settings, Brandy. Hit that little gear at the bottom.
But I'm
make sure your input.
Brandy,
make sure your input's the Yeti microphone, and make sure your microphone's on.
When I was breaking ankles, I broke my microphone too. What's that Week City commercial where they cross people over and like everything breaks? Have you ever seen that commercial? It's dope. When they do the crossover and like glass, like everything, it's a dope commercial. I'm gonna have to send it to you. I still can't hear you. I'm gonna give you a second.
Make sure you're not muted either on the bottom of the screen. Is your volume up?
Fleet maps. Make sure I don't got you muted. I don't got you muted. Let me know. I'll give it a second. Make sure your input is go to your settings and make sure the mic is registering too, if it's a USB mic. Fleet Images says, man, I do photography, but I'm trying to learn video. I'm on format. I don't know what I'm on format mean. Maybe that's a like base slang I need to know about. I don't know, but they go hand in hand. And if you know photography, usually photographers switch over and be really good videographers. It's hard for videographers to go to photography for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. Mr. Smith, Keto Smith says, you can just blurt in whenever you're ready, Brandy, if you're testing your mic. What is a beta client? Okay, let me explain this to those who are new to Michael says format is a photography portfolio. That's new to me. But we'll get to it in a minute. Let me get to this question. A beta client is a client that you work with in order to establish a new product that you can sell to other similar clients. It's a FlashFilm Academy exclusive only that we teach you how to grow your business by understanding what your niche audience is looking for. So you create products for that market. I think I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
This dumb Thai guy got me sitting. Oh, I heard you.
Sorry.
You good.
My bad. Hi, guys. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties. Hey, good lookout on the call. I don't get any money from it, but good looking out though.
Well, you said it was only a few left, and it was like one or two, and I think it was maybe the last one.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm so honored you have my card. That means so much to me. Look at him and the women's support, ladies. Okay. Yes. Yes.
This is one, for the record, this is 157 of 333 that's available in Vegas.
Hey. Wow.
Randy,
He
he's just trying
got
to
my
save
rookie
his
card.
ankles. He's
you
just
know,
trying to save his ankles.
Jim, that's
He's all scared and timid from that last beatdown.
Jim, that's my plan. No,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The ankle still will be broken, but I appreciate the
I
support.
told you this wasn't gonna work, Rodney.
I can't even do it. I can't even do it.
Wait, say
Yeah.
that again. Come here.
Yeah,
I gotta stay
Brandy,
true.
it
Rodney,
wasn't as bad.
I told you
What happened with
my ankles, Rodney. You said car and to spare your ankles. Now I got to go limping for the rest of the year, man.
I warned you. I straight up warned you. You know exactly what happened. I'm over here
Yeah,
like, no,
silly.
like, don't. You know
Well,
better.
I told Ty what happened and wasn't as bad as what almost happened to me when I got ready to get in this fight with the not knowing the middleweight kickboxing champion New York State. And I realized that I wanted to be like Martin Luther King at that point, because nonviolence was
Yes.
the way to go.
You better not turn the other cheek, though. You gonna learn today. So how things going out there in Vegas? What's going on with you?
Man, I'm not even gonna lie. I've been having a lot of fun doing what I'm doing, especially with the sports stuff. But I think the most frustrating part for me is this has been like the most up and down roller coaster, especially when you're passionate about something. Like, I love basketball, I love sports, like I love it. But at the same time, I'm like, how are you gonna keep a roof over your head doing this? Like, it's just that portion of it where I'm just kind of lost still on that, because I kind of get caught up in like the way that other people are doing it with the exposure route. And that exposure route, I know they don't get paid from that. So I'm like, I know there's a way to do it, but I think not seeing the ending, which I believe you talked about earlier. I was listening to y'all while I was driving. But just, I don't see the end. Like, I'm like, I don't see the check. Like, where's the check? So that's kind of where I'm at. So that was a little frustrating for me today. And it was hot and I don't have an air conditioning in my car. So I think that just amplified whatever was happening in me. So, yeah.
This is what I would say, do. Go after leagues. Don't go after the sport itself. Go after leagues, right? Hey, I want to offer something to your teams. Maybe let the league be your beta client. Let me create some content for y'all so y'all can sell the idea of the league in an effort to have access to be your exclusive content creators or offer pictures or video or whatever to the teams. Remember, you don't want to sell it on a player basis. You want to sell it on a team basis, even if you got to incentivize the coaches.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I have one club that I have out here that I'm testing as a beta client. I actually coach another recreation center team, and I want to kind of play with that a little bit. But it's difficult. I've also thought about like private schools and athletic and private schools, because I know that can not only lead to the sports realm, but also other business realms with them that I can kind of go into. So I've just been kind of like all over the place about it, because I've been spending hours at these tournaments and shooting, just trying to get some content, practice in, stuff like that. Just trying to get that in. Like, don't get me wrong, the exposure route, like it gets you a lot of like love, but I'm not looking for that. Love don't pay bills, and that's my thing. Is I want to do something that I'm passionate about, but I want to make money doing it. So yes, I have been going after like some teams and stuff like that. This league that I'm going after right now, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say that live, but I'm not sure. But I'm trying to figure out, other routes that I can take at this point. So that's just kind of, I don't know, that's just kind of where I'm at. But I'm having fun. But it's only so much fun you can have, when your bank account ain't sitting where you want it to be.
What about like AAU style leagues in your area? What about like, you know what I'm saying, really big middle school, high school, maybe even as young as elementary school leagues that are outside of high schools or schools in general? Those tend to be very profitable because those leagues have been set up and ran off the backs of parents who pay money
Mm-hmm.
to get those leagues going. So they tend to have a little more money than the school systems, which is all, it feels free, even though it's not, it just feels free because the tax dollars are, people feel disconnected from their tax dollars when they go.
Mm-hmm.
So have you tried leagues like that?
Well, the one league I'm doing right now is, and I'm just kind of shooting, kind of get an idea of what they're doing. I'm shooting those AAU games and stuff like that. They're showing me love on social media, but nothing has been like, offered at all, which I get. I have a lot of ideas for them. I actually made some connections with them while I was at the games, just kind of introducing myself, kind of making myself, working myself around the room and just trying to figure that portion out. So that's all I've been doing. And then, like I said, my real focus is on this one team that's here because I really feel like video can help that team in a lot of ways, as far as exposure for the kids, exposure for the team, and just getting him more value out of the content that I can provide. So yes, I do need to look into more leagues, but I'm also still kind of like learning what leagues are good, what leagues are not so great, and all that kind of stuff. So the study on it is very up and down. Just trying to do the research on it is very up and down.
When you get a beta client, ask them to take you on as a sponsor. So your logo is everywhere. They're putting logos.
I can actually do that with the current one I have now.
That way because you may get other business that'll pay bills from that. You know what I'm saying? You may get
Mm-hmm.
may bring in other clients that may pay bills while you still figure out how to get this going. And,
Okay.
and it just helps when you go to the next level of leagues and say, hey, we sponsored their event. We're a part of it.
Mm,
That way, you can not even to say you sponsor. We were a part of it. Here's our logo. Pay us. We're
right.
part of your event. You know what I'm saying? And that's just something that we need going forward. And good question. OV Media Group says, what about esports? I know you're more into like basketball and things like that. Esports has
Mm.
a lot of money to throw around. I actually shot for Major League Gaming twice, and one of it was through Dr. Pepper, and it
Oh
was
wow.
a nice check through Dr.
Mm.
Pepper. That was before I even moved to Dallas. I didn't know they were here.
Oh
So
wow.
I think
Okay. That's something to look. Also, I had one more question. What about changing my name? Should I make this completely separate from the business stuff, or go this sports route and see what happens with the business stuff? Because I was thinking about changing it to like a, real sports, REEL sports media, something like that, to kind of get that going. So should I change it completely from 10100 Media, or should I just go 10100 Media Sports or 10100 Sports? That's what I have on my social media right now, just because I'm guessing.
but think about it. If your client was looking to hire and they had Real Sports versus 10100, which
Mm-hmm.
pops out to them more? I think Real Sports. I mean, if you can get like a logo that kind of got a basketball in a film reel or something like that. I mean, if Jim be still, we can copy his logo and then we can go ahead. No, if we can get a logo that's like something that shows that. I mean, something that'll pop out to people and they don't have to guess.
Mm,
It may make things easier, and it's something that I learned in the Army in video production. Right, if people got to guess, you effed up. Like
mm-hmm.
if they got to figure it out, because you're not going to be there to explain everything. And this goes with everything, every photo, every video, everything you ever do that's not for you. If you can't just say here, if you got to be like, but see, we got that there to symbolize it's not it. So sometimes we have to go back and make it simple. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In our
Mm-hmm.
industry, so people don't have to figure it out. You don't want people to work to spend money with you.
Okay.
I bet Brandy's really happy with that 10100 and thinking of changing it to Real Sports might sting a little. I know it stung me when I moved from Liedrich Aerial Imaging to Liedrich Studios because it fit us better.
Yeah.
But it's a hard move to make sometimes.
I don't know if it necessarily hurts too much. It just, I feel like it just makes more sense to change it. Even 10100 Media, that doesn't really speak to business either. So that's kind of like I've been thinking about doing a change completely. Especially, since watching the course 3 times now. Yep, 3 times. I've been like, you know what? I probably need to change this whole thing. And I think that's the frustrating part is I feel like I keep having to start over.
As much as I love to help everybody, it hurts and makes me happy when people are like, I had to burn the whole house down and just start from scratch. Like it hurts. Like I love it, but I hate it, but I love it at the same time. But I had to do that. And I had just ordered some business cards. I had like 2,000 business cards.
I got shirts made.
Yep. I had everything. And then it hit me like, I got to change this.
Yeah.
That hurt. So
I mean, if I can ask Brandy, like what does 10-100 media mean to you? Like, how did you come up with that concept?
Well, it was actually because so my grandfather lost the house before he died. It was a family house. We had this family house and the address was 10100 Wadsworth Avenue. So I kind of named it after that, but that only means something to me.
Right.
And I get that. And I did that because my thing behind it was like, no matter how far you go, don't forget where you came from. So that was my meaning behind that. But I can still carry that with me with a different name. Yeah. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. It's funny because I grew up off a street called it was Faust and Wadsworth, but it was way in there. So that's
and I mean, the reason why I asked is like my first branding name was Created Media Solutions, and the logo of it was an umbrella under a 1984 that covered everything that I created since 1984. That it was when I was born. So to me, it meant a lot. But then once I went through it, and I mean, I hate that is I don't hate it, but to push everything that we're learning here, it was like, if I'm gonna go through this business side of things, I need to appeal. So I was like, I don't want to change it. I don't want to change it because it was so meaningful because I thought about it from the heart, but I had it. So like if that's if you believe within your heart that you will need to make that change in order for you to attract your passion clients, then you will know that answer yourself. You know what I mean?
Let me say this real quick.
Mario, thank you. I'm laughing at Alex.
Thanks for that, Alex.
Alex,
I'm sorry. Was is this mic that powerful? Man, I'm sorry.
Let me say sound actually better when you take a step back, honestly.
Because it's a little hot. Let me say
I'm
this.
Sorry. Thank you, Mario.
Those who ask questions in the comments, I'm going to get to your questions in 1 second. This is what you got to keep in mind. You're in business to make money, period. So whatever the people who paying you money, whatever appeals to them, it always outranks what we think about us. You know what I'm saying? Or what's meaningful to us. Now, if you Will Smith and you already got the brand, they know you, then we can go do something. But in the beginning, life is a whole lot easier when we design every aspect of our business to go get that client. So, and for me, I had to take a step back because I had an idea of something that sound dope and it looked like, and I'm like, yo, but people who buying from me don't give a damn.
Right.
We gotta, in order to get their attention, we gotta build it for them. So keep that in mind. That needs to be your number one priority. Like if you're ever on the fence about something, who is this for? This is for my client. What will get my client attention? What do my client want? What's important to my client? That needs to be number one. So, you want to do that needs to lead everything because without profit, it's just an idea. We just wishing and playing hopscotch unless we able to make a profit off of it. So I'm going to I know Rodney had his hand up first. I'm going to go to you because you've been waiting and then we'll come right back to you, Alex. Because Rodney pig was about to fall out. I didn't want his pig to fall out and stuff. I can't hear you. I got the voice of Rodney. Yes.
Oh, my bad. No, it's stable. It's stable. It's in place. We're good. So I'm going to say this because I do my best to be positive, upbeat, encourage everybody, right? Be supportive. And, I don't want people to get it twisted that I don't have problems. I don't have struggles. And I've been reaching out, I'd probably say for I don't know what time, maybe like the last week or two, we've been talking, and it's just been one of those situations that like I'm having an epiphany right now, to where it's like, look, my wife and I like went back and forth for the longest time fighting on this name, and we finally settled on the name. We just got branded gear. We just got branded hats, shirts, windbreakers. We've got social media all set up. We got followers. We've got clients. And now I'm having to reevaluate what, like, just like the name of the channel, like the name of this live is who does your brand speak to? And so I'm thinking, like, it shouldn't be that hard. Y'all should, like, freaking know. I mean, it's right there. Right? It's like right there in the name. It's on our website. But no, it's not really. So now I'm like, okay, well, who, what market do I want to go after? The discussion is whether or not that's going to be a lucrative market. And do we need to do something that we can focus on right now that will bring in the bread? But then my heart and passion do that in the background, so to speak. And I'm just, like, I know UV brought it up. Brandy, you brought it up. I know there's a lot of folks out there that are probably having the same struggles. It happens. And it's just one of those real moments that you've got to have, that you got to go through, to where do you want to follow your passion 100% and not have anything come out of it as far as monetary and not be able to pay those bills? Or do you want to say, look, I do want to follow my passion, but at the same time, I need to put money in the bank. And what can I do that I like that's going to be able to put money in the bank? And it's a hard, I'm telling you right now, like, I'm hating you a little bit, Ty, in a good way. I'm hating you. I really am, because it's like, I don't want to have that conversation with her. And I know she's, it's just so much, but it has to happen. And yeah, so just for those folks out there that are kind of like going back and forth, you got to do what you got to do. And there's nothing wrong with doing, having your passion, not necessarily off the stove, but just have it on the back burner. Let it simmer. You don't have to forget about it. You don't have to let it go. But what's a priority right now, and what goals do you need to hit? Because like we talked about, Ty, I got some real aggressive ones that I need to hit by the end of the year. And right now, what I want to follow with doing BTS for film and TV, granted, Albuquerque's blowing up, but is that really going to be the best thing that I can do right now to achieve those goals versus looking at something a little more blue collar, like with home builders, or looking at something maybe with tech in the area? So that's my dilemma, but I'm working on it. I think Ty froze. Did Ty freeze, or
Did he freeze?
he
What?
got that look on his face?
Look at him. He
I
got
know,
like that defeated look on his face. Like, dang.
Did I hurt his feelings, or
Oh, did he leave us?
I think he
Wow,
like
he just
psychologically
disappeared
broke
on
his
us.
ankle?
That's crazy.
There he is.
There's that
All right.
guy.
I don't know what happened, but okay.
We thought you
Okay.
left us.
Nah,
You just had that look on your face, bro. Like,
I thought that
Welcome
everybody.
back to 10100 Academy here.
Right.
Oh, Ty's back. I'm sorry.
yeah, there we go.
I was like, well, what happened? I'm like, okay. I got a house full of people. They Netflixing and they probably killing my one like internet. But as you were saying, did I miss? I feel like I got knocked out and I'm getting back up. Like, did I miss?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
What part did you like last hear? Because I'm not gonna hit. I'll give you the highlights, but I ain't gonna like go over the whole thing.
It was like,
That's
hi, my name is Rodney, and that was all I had.
That's it. You good.
I feel you. You were talking about just the changes. It's hard making these changes. You got to go back and look at the brand and evaluate. Just evaluate some of the decisions you made.
Right, and so like the thing we talked about was just the whole BTS film and TV, and that being the passion, and then what markets to go after. I think what I was saying to everybody was like home builder, kind of blue collar deal, and or tech, and I'm even thinking auto. Because like I said, honestly, in my heart of hearts, if I got a camera in my hand, I'm happy. For the most part, I really don't care what it is I film, just because I love film and I appreciate everything and anything I'm in. So I literally can be out here filming birds, filming animals, filming coyotes, You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to me. At the same time, I can be just as happy being over here at Intel and filming them in their fabs. It don't matter. I'm happy regardless because I can appreciate wherever I'm at. But at the same time, who's gonna write them checks?
Facts. And you may be in a gold mine and not even. That's why I tell you to look at where you're at. You may be in a gold mine and not even know it. There were some questions that came in. I want to jump and answer before we get chopping up. Bow and Arrow said, "What did you take on healthcare for small businesses?" Healthcare is easy as pie to buy in 2021 for a small business. It ain't like it was 20 years ago where all you had was like Cobra and like whatever your job offer. You can get healthcare for dirt cheap. You can get healthcare for what you would spend with a company on your own right now. So it's not a hard thing to do. There's always been a myth about it because years ago it was hard. It is not hard to get. In fact, there was a $40 a month healthcare service. I forgot the name of it. But even in the future, it's going to continue to get easier because you got companies like CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, and Amazon that's getting in the healthcare industry. And they want to offer you healthcare because they sell all the prescriptions. And they have clinics and minute clinics and all of that. And they can offer 90% of what Blue Cross can offer you without the hospital stays, because the majority of what your healthcare pay for is really prescriptions, emergency room visits, and minor stuff. Like they really don't shell out as much money as you think on major surgeries. They're like, it's cheaper to just let them die. So CVS is like, well, we can do that. So a lot of them companies are starting to go into that business. That was a question that popped up a while back that I really wanted to answer. Power Suit Portrait says, look into HBCU tournaments like the CIAA tournament, Brandy. That may be something that's dope. And being a female minority pro basketball, ankle breaking, crossover, fadeaway, dangerous from every spot on the court person, they may let you in the building. I'm just saying. Working on landing page. Larry Walker said, working on landing page to attract beta clients. I specialize in headshots for corporate clients. Do you guys have any ideas on this? You may not need a landing page to get beta clients. You can just walk in the door and say, hey, I want to do your headshots for free. I want to do your headshots. I'm trying to create a unique look on my headshots. I want to do your headshots. Let's set it up. So that may be something that you may not need a landing page for. Once you get with the beta client, you can create something that's uniquely yours in the area. Then you may want to go and do a beta client. Go and do a landing page. You feel me? There you go. Let me hit that. Let me hit that back and forth for y'all who watching. All right. Alex says, stumping all over your plans. That's what I do. That's what I do, Alex. My goal is to make sure that you are throat punched and that you are not making the same mistakes I made. I probably changed my brand like 3 times. Y'all talking about one? Man, I had to throw my stuff in the trash and start from scratch like 3 times. Because everything, it's like hindsight is cute right now because I get to look back and be like, yeah, I can, at least y'all got it. At least y'all get it together. Like I had to bust my knees and scrape my elbows to really look back and be like, okay, this ain't working. Let me change this up. Go for it, Josh.
So I'm kind of struggling with the same thing right now as far as like changing my name. And so it's Precision Productions right now, but my niche that I figured out, I wanted to be like universities that I do like promo videos for like their students and things like that. So the name I was thinking about was University Media. But would it be easier for me and maybe even everybody else to maybe like keep our LLC and then just do a DBA, or is it worth it to change everything? Because I already have the tax ID.
You most certainly can. You most certainly can keep your LLC and get a DBA. This is what I want you to think about, right? This is what I want you to think about. 2 things to your business name right now. I know you like it. I know you picked it, but it ain't for you. It's for the streets. It ain't for you. Your name is for the streets, fam. It ain't for you. Stop trying to marry your name.
Belong to the streets.
Belong to the streets.
Bruh.
So stop. You gotta think about it like this. It's for your client. It's your name is if you're the least thinking your client gotta do when they look at your name, the better chances you have of getting that job. Your name ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to get a gold chain and rock it. It ain't for you. Put that on the big screen. There you go. It ain't for you. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. And unless you want to get a chain and put it around your neck and you want to rock it every day, your name ain't for you. It's for the streets. It needs to appeal to your target audience. And if they got to figure it out, if they like, who? I think if they got to figure it out, you have failed. You've made, yup, where's my, let me give you an example. There's a documentary called Freakonomics. Netflix, watch it, right? In that documentary is something that I've always complained about my whole life, and nobody believed me until I seen it on a documentary. Because my name is Tyrone, I don't get calls back on resumes. When I changed my name to Ty, I started getting calls back. They literally used the name Tyrone and got 20% less calls than by using a name like John, Bob, or whatever. So they were saying the average guy with the name Tyrone has to go 70% longer without a job than somebody named Bob or John or whatever. So when I would submit the same resume with Tyrone and Ty, they would always ask for Ty. They didn't know my name was Tyrone until it was time to do tax paperwork. So when you have a business name, that same principle applies. You may have to go further, longer without getting business because of your name. Your name doesn't express what you do. And it should leave clients, the clients should be relieved when they see finally a company that does what we need shows up.
So,
it's not for you, it's for the streets, Josh. Let them go to the streets. Stop trying. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Hey, Josh, our actual business is Pro Solution Center. That's what all the checks get written out to. But we operate as Liedrich Studios. Then we have our Liedrich Aerial Imaging, Liedrich Real Estate Imaging, and Liedrich Commercial Photography. And they all have their own little sweet spot. But it's all the checks get written out to Pro Solution Center.
So you're just doing DBAs, Jim? Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
So that's
and do you have to do
like,
anything like tax-wise or anything with that at all? Or what's the deal?
No, it's just the one tax ID number.
Remember,
That's all it is.
Doing business as. That's it.
So you're just filing for the one LLC, right?
Yep.
So I got a question.
Smart. It's all in my wife's name because one, she's a female. Two, she's a vet.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
I got a question. I went up and bought.
I hope she's not going nowhere. You got her now. She's gonna get more than that.
Brandy got the ball. Brandy got the ball rolling with the whole, the change the name. So I'm trying to get some more traffic to my site. So I'm from Westchester County, New York, which is a very affluent area. So I wound up getting a couple of different domains, and maybe Ty would be, or I want the whole group to weigh in on this. I'm from the New York area, but I work New Jersey and New York. So I got 4 different names, and you can tell me which one that should be a DBA. I should go as WestchesterCorporateVideo.com, NYCorporateVideo.com, or I couldn't get corporate media productions, so I got thecorporatemediaproductions.com. And lastly was njmediaproductions.com. But I'm just saying, if there's anything that sticks out to you,
I like NY because it covers.
Yeah, I was gonna say NY.
It covered the whole state, and you ain't gonna be in Jersey with a gun and a camera at the same time.
So you like nycorporatevideo.com? It makes
like yeah.
The Bronx not available,
or you can have a camera and gun.
I'm not going to South Bronx with my cameras. I don't have Fort Knox on wheels like Ty.
Your logo gonna be a camera and a gun like back to back. It's gonna be a bullet that pop out that turn into an SD card. Like,
you also heard the corniest name, but it's working for these people. The videoonthego.com. How corny is that?
Hey, it works.
How corny is that? It works, but it's corny.
Alex, let me ask you.
I bet Walmart sound corny too.
Let me ask you a question. The people who are buying this, the people who are writing this check, they not like, yo, we need somebody with a dope name. They're like, we need video
I
for
want to understand.
who is your client? Your client ain't showing up fresh to death, bro. They get penny loafers, and they're like, what we need 4 new videos for appeal to them. What is the problem? Let them, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yo,
not
Man,
like
the street.
one of
a book I would recommend for you guys. It's called Story Branding, and it's about
I have that book.
clarifying your message. That's like the number one thing that they talk about in the book is clarifying your message. When it comes to your website, you got to make sure that people understand, 3 things when they get to your website. What do you do? How's it going to change their life? And how can I buy it within 3 seconds? Those are the 3 things they need to know as soon as they touch your website. And everything is about clarifying your message. Like that's the more people understand, the quicker they understand, the more your sales are gonna explode. And I'm actually in the same process as you guys. I'm trying to figure it out. I just kind of figured out my niche. I put a message on the in the board in community about niches, and the first one I didn't even think about it until I wrote it down. But I wanted to start doing recap videos as my niche, doing recap videos for events as my niche. So I'm thinking recapture media or recapture production, something like that, as my business name. But I ran it by my wife. She was like, no, I don't like it. But I think it's real simple and it makes sense.
I agree with it. The thing is, like, when you start to look at it from the street's point of view, you'll really start to, because it's hard. We pick a name because we like it. Like, that sounds good.
Literally.
No, you got to get what your target. That's why I tell you, once you pick that niche, then you understand that target audience, then the name will appear. That's why in the course, the name ain't number one. The name is way after that. It's there for a reason, because you got to understand that before you pick a name. CRP Media, good looking on their super chat. He says, what's up? Been a minute. Thoughts on BNI or business network companies? I recently joined one and I'm already picking up more business. Untapped market. I have not had good experiences with them, but I've heard of people who have had good experiences with them. So I can't intelligently speak on them, and I'm not the, I'm not gonna flip it if it ain't me.
I'm actually in a BNI just so I can kind of speak on it. It's basically, it depends on what group you're in, because a lot of times people are like just reciprocal. So for example, if I'm in there and I'm an accountant or whatever, and Ty is a video guy is referring me, then I'm going to refer people back to him. Whereas some people are like, well, if you don't get anybody for me, I'm not going to get anybody for you. So it depends on what group you're in. I did get a lead through BNI, and it wound up resulting in like a five digit number. But that was once, and that's been since October. So, I mean, I can't say it's going to happen all the time, but if you're in the right chapter, and people are really looking to actually, push what you do, then you're in good shape.
Ty said it once, though. It's about who you know.
Yep.
As well, because I know that's played well for us. And you can be in those groups, but quite frankly, it would work for us because we're in a small area. We're like it. But if you're in like a metropolitan, you best know like your BNI president or something. You've got to be on like their bestie. You got to have them selling you then, because otherwise, I think you might be spinning your wheels on a lot of those organizations. But that's, again, just my opinion on that.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys have the experience to answer that, because I didn't want to touch it. That was good for me. Let me ask this question real quick, and then we're gonna go to you, Brandy, real quick. What do you guys think about the name Corporate Video Geeks? I bought the URL a while ago, but I wanted to make sure it fits my niche and the betas like it before I make it live. Listening to that, I don't know what your niche is. I think you like filming geeks. I don't know. I just don't scream. Like, for somebody who has not looked at your page or done the research, it doesn't tell me exactly what niche you may be in. I don't know whether or not you are just geeked out about corporate videos, like you like to talk about it. It's going to be blog posts. There's going to be news articles about it. Or if you actually do it. and I'm just being just a quick, you know,
Hey, maybe they're in Silicon Valley, just doing IT companies.
correct. I don't want you to be at the crib like these. Like, what do you say? I'm just saying, I don't, I don't know.
I took that personally. So
Right. Be outside your house by the trash can, Ty. Like, dang. So that's all I'm saying. It doesn't say exactly, you know. Alex said he made 15K from his BNI since December and another 2,500 from a BNI member in another chapter. I'm gonna come visit you at the bank, Alex. What's up? Brandy, you have a question.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to know, like, because okay, let me get my thoughts together. So what had happened is that there was a posting on Indeed, and a company that is a fitness apparel company needed a videographer, somebody, a video content creator. So I applied for it. They replied back, and now I'm in the second part of the interview or whatnot. But it kind of got my wheels spinning and kind of turning, like, why can't I just go into sports in general and make that my business? Because I really do like the sports realm, and I really do like the idea of creating content for a sports apparel company or others. Is that something? Because at the end of the day, like, as much as I want to do my niche, like, I want to be able to kind of stick within, that realm of sports. Is that something I should be looking into, or should I still, market one thing and just do everything? Or what? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Is that an opportunity I should take? Because I feel like I can grow from it and learn from it, if anything. I thought about bringing them on, like, as my own client, but I'm not sure how to approach them with that. So I don't know, just people's thoughts.
So the thing is this is what you got to be careful, because even though that niche is within the world of sports, it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
When you start talking about product photography, even if you say product photography, there's 10 different layers of product photography. There's drinks, there's hats, there's apparel, there's shoes, there's action. It's just so completely different. Whoever may want to hire you for their league, for their camp, won't know nothing about hiring you for apparel. So it's difficult creating a brand that will appeal to both. Not saying it's impossible, it's just difficult.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So if they hire you to do it, they're hiring you as a freelancer, usually through like Upwork and things like that. I'm go get your bread. Let's go cash the check. But when it comes to what you're building your brand to attract, you want to be as narrow as possible. It's hard to everybody.
So there's no way that I can do like how Nike does their apparel, but they still appeal to the sports realm. There's no way that I can still appeal to both based on what I'm doing. Or is it, you're saying it's more difficult to do so rather than it is impossible?
Right. I'm just saying you're making the uphill battle a lot harder because the target audiences aren't the same.
As parents as opposed to sports fanatics, I guess.
Parents
or workout fanatics.
Companies that want to hire you. You don't think about the people that the content is created for. Think about who needs to hire a company to create that content. That's cutting the check. They may not be sports fanatics. They may be people that just want to sell some elastic draws. You know what I'm saying? They may be usually think about it. Nike ain't a sports fanatic. Nike is a shoe fanatic. They get paid on getting the right materials with the right glues and the right air bubbles. They don't really play sports. It's a bunch of guys in suits who may never swing a bat in their life. However, their goal is to sell you this piece of rubber that's compounded with plastic that got a mesh on top with an air bubble on the side that's made in some country for $6. Their goal is to make a way for you to want to buy that at the highest price possible. So Nike has found out that it's easier to sell shoes when they connect them with sports, because people into sports spend more money on shoes. It used to be dress shoes used to be the highest shoe on the planet. Cowboy boots used to be the thing, but they know that they can sell somebody basketball shoes 10 times a year if we attach it to LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? So their goal is really just to sell shoes. Nike is not really a sports company. They just advertise to sports viewers. They sell a sports product, but they don't really swing no bats over there.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
to appeal to them, it really wouldn't even have, I'm not saying it don't have anything to do with sports, but the person who was in that position to make that decision probably didn't play basketball or football in college. They probably, was a marketing major and probably, I'm not saying everybody, I'm sure they would like to bring people in who have a background in sports or understanding, but their passion is business. It's not sports. They hire
Okay.
people who passion in sports to sell their products.
Okay.
So if you go that direction, you may be working with less sports people than you think.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
OV Media said it is brand association. You're absolutely correct. Brand association is big. We've had some people do some brand association around here. Rodney know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm saying? We've had some people in order to push some products. But so, you just got to be careful with it because that may not necessarily be their thing. But if they get close enough to it, you'll believe. We believe Nike is a sports company because all they push is sports. But we got to keep in mind that at the end of the day, their job is to sell glue material for your feet at a profit. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we got to keep in mind that the NFL is a TV show. At the end of the day, the NFL is a TV show. With no ratings, it's canceled, just like anything else. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep that in mind, and look at the big picture as a business owner. We got to look at the world a little different. And that's just, that's just a throat punch of it.
Mm-hmm.
If ratings ever dropped, the NFL wouldn't be around. It's a TV show. It'll get canceled like everything else. And we'll be watching SpongeBob Sunday mornings at 1:00 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they put that place. You know what I'm saying? So I think Mario
How do
had
you
your hand.
keep finding sound effects so fast?
I got a Rode podcaster here.
Okay.
So I ain't used that one in a minute.
Yeah, that's my favorite one right there.
You got to do it like this. Hold on. It's the Rodney shot for sure. I like when Alex do it. Alex had me roll. The other Alex.
See, Jim, stop. Look, stop. Alex is already in the comments making jokes. Ty,
Where's
stop.
Alex?
Stop. That's what we could do. That's why I didn't have it on today.
Listen, man.
Oh my God.
Listen, the Boca. There's nothing like the Boca, Rodney. Nothing like the Boca.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you for appreciating that, Alex. Thank you.
Everything's
You the good Alex. Alex Bonner, yeah.
Look at Jim got it. Jim got it.
Y'all silly.
I'm trying to be productive here, people.
Oh.
We usually have Josh used to come on with the drinks and food. He ain't did that in a while. What's up, Josh? Season 1. Okay.
I just finished.
Jim, what do you got there, man? You got a snack jar and everything. What's that?
Peanut M&Ms.
Okay, you can't go wrong with that. You got it in a glass, though. You classy. You real classy.
Fancy.
You fancy. I eat mine out the bag. I don't know what that's
Right.
like. You're looking out on the super chat, Alex, for the run.
You gotta have the glass just in case for later.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
This segment
is brought to you by B&B.
By B&B and Alex super chat for the Rodney shot. Zoom in.
Thank you all.
Jim, you got to zoom in. You got to zoom in. There you go. Now show it. We have a double sponsor.
Put it right here. Put it right there.
Oh,
there you go.
There you
so
go.
You see the label. There we go. Better Boca. That's what BB stands for.
Better Boca.
I feel honored. Thank y'all.
Y'all stupid.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
Did you trademark Bocalicious yet, man? Because that should be a website.
Bocalicious.
I'm going to do it right now. I'm on GoDaddy right now. I'm going to do it.
I thought somebody was going to buy Cinematic Solution Provider. I bought the domain.
For real?
Yeah, it was available. CinematicSolutionProvider.com. Got it. Take you
I
right to
don't blame
FlashFilm.
you. I got like
You wanna
6
How
ready
do you
domains
spell
right
that?
now. I'm hoping to attract something or someone.
Better
You
hope
know,
somebody
this
for
woman
that.
called me. I got a phone call from a school, right? And I'm like, all right, bet, school, okay. And she's like, yeah, I'm with Parsippany so and so. I'm like, yes, how can I help you?
You went
And
straight
then we
mute.
just
By
disappeared
unmuting
on the
yourself. That's how
punchline.
you can help.
Dang, what happened?
There
Yeah,
you
we
go.
didn't want to hear about it, Alex.
Well, did I?
Evidently.
Alex was like,
So
man, on
rude.
the cliffhanger. He got us on the cliffhanger. I'm
No,
gonna say,
no, I'm
They
sorry.
called,
I muted
and
you by
it was
accident.
the best story
all right.
ever.
Let
I'm
me tell you
sorry.
how.
I'm sorry.
Let me tell you how I made
I
$1
got a
million.
phone. Yo,
The government
all
don't want to
right.
hear it.
You
That's what it is.
you can hear me, right? All right.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I got a phone call from a school. Said she wants to have me have their students join me on shoots and like interns. And I'm like trying to be nice. I'm like, well, what is it? What's in it for me? You know what I'm saying? How do you say that and be nice? Like, well, I got a question. You said you use video on the go. How about you use CSM Productions and maybe I can have some of those students join me on some jobs? I don't know how to say it nice. How do you say that nicely? Like,
You don't.
it's just some
You
kid
said,
tagging along with you on the job for free. What am
you
I
said,
getting out of this thing?
yeah, I don't. I just don't want to be.
Well, you got somebody to lug gear for you for free. That's
Uh,
less stress on
Bro,
your
no,
back.
these are students, man. I don't want to take any chance. These are students, like high school students. I don't want to be part of that, man. At
They
least
can let
if I'm gonna have
tripods.
some,
I
if
just
I get
tell
some
people
liability,
when I
Easy.
don't want to do a when I don't want
We
to
are
do
not doing
a
intern.
yeah, we can do that. When I don't
we
want to do an internship, I just tell people I don't have enough work for you to do.
yeah, we're not accepting internships at this time. You need to be 18 and you need to graduate from high school. We
say
talk
it
about it
again.
then, but
Say
we
that
don't
first
take
part again, Darren. We're not
we,
what?
we're not accepting interns. You need to be 18, and when you graduate from high school, we can talk then.
that's good because I don't know how to say it, be nice. I'm like, listen, lady, what's in this for me? Because I don't
Please don't break
being
your
Father
stuff.
Flanagan is not what I planned on.
When people ask me to
Like,
feed kids, I tell them I got kids to feed, fam. I can't. I'm
yeah,
Yeah,
telling
I don't
right.
have time for that.
you, no disrespect. I
So,
love you.
talking from some personal experience, I used to own IT companies.
Hmm.
So, we did this thing with a local college one time in the community we were in, and we had interns come in. We'd train them up. They'd stay for 6 months or whatnot. Worst thing we ever could have done. Almost every one of them became super qualified, went out, became administrators for a lot of big companies, and those big companies no longer needed us.
Wow, wow,
So
Mm.
Dang.
there was
wow!
we call it
Cautionary
in.
tale.
That. Yeah.
That's
I'm just
kind of
not.
a. Go ahead. My bad. My bad.
I know. I'm just not. I'm not. No more kid. Nobody else's kids, man. I can't do it. I just got a weird story. I'm gonna let you say yours, Rodney. Then I'm gonna tell you my weird story. Hold on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My story is it ain't got nothing to do with interns, but for some reason, like so on my house, our alleys are in the back. We got like the driveways and all that in the back, and the kids play. For some reason, every time I pull out one of the whips or whatever, the neighbor got a little daughter, and she just screams at the top of her lungs whenever I back my car out. And I'm like, the last thing I want is to hear some kid screaming while I'm in the alley. Like, scream before I get to the alley. Cause now I gotta peel out. People looking at me like I'm doing something, and it's just not a good look. Like she's screaming like somebody is chasing her. Like,
Right.
you know, I
Yo,
don't
you
know if
know,
something wrong with I don't know, but for some reason, like
yo, I've been
I don't
scared
even
since the Green Mile. I've been
yes.
scared since the Green Mile. Coffee, like the drink, sir.
No.
I'm
Sound
not
the
a little
same, but
guy.
spelled different.
And on that note, it's like man, yeah, that's yeah, I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. Go for it, Brandy.
Just a quick question. I'm pretty sure I know where everybody stands on this, but one of my friends told me, like, um, a lot of businesses are looking for you to have like an ARRI or a red to shoot. What are your thoughts on? I'm with you, Josh. What are your thoughts about it? Like, because I'm like, that's a whole lot of
They don't give
money
a
to be
damn.
spending on a money
They don't give a
on a
damn.
maybe. I'm like, can they really tell the difference in the quality? Like, we can, but I don't think the public can. Like,
So let
what
me
do you
tell
think?
Your friend tells you that, huh?
let me
One of my friends did tell me that.
What is your friend
She's in
doing?
filmmaking, and she was like, yeah, a lot of companies are out asking about this. But I think she heard it from like a YouTuber or something.
She not a content creator. She ain't watched last week live. She got to watch last week's live.
Let me tell you guys how to handle that. This is very easy. This is easy. Let me. This is what you do. Whatever they ask for, you tell them, I got it, but let me tell you what the price is going to be. And then you rent it, and you keep the rest of that money in your pocket. We have. You want the Red Dragon Super Komodo 28K? We got it. In fact, you got to rent two at a time. You can't rent one. It's going to be $72,482. That's our base price, and we would love to come out and film it. And when they cut the check, I want you to take $2,000 of that, and I want you to go to a rental house, and I want you to rent it, and then I want you to take another $5,000 of that, and I want you to bring in two people to do it, and I want you to sit back and take another 100 of that. Get you a director's chair and sit on your butt and let them film everything while you take that $60,000 home. So we got it. We got whatever.
You can currently rent the ARRI Premium Kit with all the bells and whistles for just under $2,400 for 7 days. You got this, Brandy.
You got
it. That's a great option. I used to have an old sales boss, and whenever a customer would ask for something because they heard somebody else say it, not because they needed it, he'd always answer a question with a question. He'd say, "Why is that important to you?" And make them explain to them what do you need this for? Like, tell me.
Well, they'll say quality.
Well, the thing is, the average person has no idea what the difference is an ARRI or an A7 III. They have the average person is not going to know. So if somebody who I know and doesn't know anything about videos asks me for an ARRI, they're asking because somebody else told them to ask. That's what my assumption is. Am I right?
Yeah, most times, yeah. And the only time don't get me wrong, I've been hired by production companies that needed the type of camera in order to match footage to a commercial they were shooting.
That's it.
And that was really it. Like, and they were shooting that was the only time I've ever had to do it. I've never had somebody say, we want you to shoot something for scratch, and that's it. And I've shot for true TV. I've shot for TV shows that didn't need it. They were like, you got an A7S, you got an FS5, you got S-Log, bring it. Let's do it. So tell them, yeah, we got it. Are you willing to pay for it? If not, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take whatever camera you got. I want you to go to Amazon. I want you to order an Echo Dot. Make sure it says Alexa on it. And I want you to get some Velcro and put it right on the top of your camera. So when it says Alexa on it, you good to go. You filming. Booyah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. When she told me that, I was like, I don't think so. Unless we're shooting like a Netflix approved type movie or something. I was like, I don't think that's the thing.
You sure don't.
Right.
You don't even need it for that. Yeah.
You can use your GoPro and get on Netflix. If your content's good, they're gonna take your video. They want it. It's about Are you good or not? You got this.
Mario put out he saw the live Tuesday. He got the clams. No.
I saw that.
Facts. I mean,
that BTS.
I have my clamp here, and I just wrap this around.
Right, the clamp. Somewhere around here. I got other.
So Ty put on a commercial though, and then went to go get the.
I know, he was all looking around. I've got it over here, and he came back on with this big freaking medical tool that they use, for proctologists later, with a big old camera on the end.
Oh man!
Yeah, let me see if I can.
Yeah. You looking for it?
Yeah, see, it's like whoa.
But that's it.
Oh man!
Cover my face for it to recognize, but.
And you said you would hook up like a battery pack to that as well, right?
Yep.
Like a battery bank?
This is my behind the scenes footage, and this is my behind the scenes camera. This is the Osmo. I got to get it off my face. It's like, yo,
I'm gonna grab me one of them. I like the Osmos.
Yeah, they dope.
We don't use
Easy.
the GoPros. We got all those Osmo actions. I love those little
yeah,
things.
Osmo actions are dope. Those are the two
Brandy,
behind the
in my
scenes cameras of choices.
Huh?
in my niche, I'm shooting with a G7 in my niche, a G7, and with my phone. Yeah, I'm serious.
It's food. It's food. We don't give a damn what the camera feels. We want to see good food, and we want to go get it, and actually have the food. You're not gonna go buy
Mike's
food and be
more
like,
expensive. I would have just.
well, we're not gonna be eating food and like this commercial was filmed with a red. But we're not thinking
Even,
about. We just go.
even though this phone is more expensive than this camera, this is I think it's like 1200, the S20 Ultra, 1200.
Mhm.
And I mean the G7 is what, like 4500, 450,
Mm-hmm.
500, 400, 500. So like I pull up and I do this with this, and then I pull up with this, and they're like, "Oh, now we upgraded." Like I
So
introduce myself with this, and then we go on to the next step that I do, and then I pull up with this with my gimbal, and then I put like a little I put the lens filter so it looks
Mm-hmm.
polarized, and they're like, okay, like it looks a little bit fancy, and then I put a nice fancy tripod, and I'm saving money for Alex for the what's it called, the box, the matte box.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm
Yeah.
about to do.
There's one that's $99. That's real good.
Yeah, small rig sells one for $99.
I got
Yeah,
one.
I've been seeing that. So saving money for the matte
The
box.
small rig is better than the tilter. You'd like it.
No, well, wait. I got.
yeah, get the small rig one.
I love small rig stuff.
Okay,
They
let
make great
me
stuff.
tell you the big difference between the two. One is big as hell. One is little.
Yeah.
One, the small rig takes 2 ND filters, which that's cool. The tilter takes 1, but the tilter is way smaller.
Yeah, but it's harder for you to get those filters out on your tilted than it is on the small rig.
I just pop mine in. I love it because
You
I was
know the
gonna.
reason
I got it.
I like that small rig because it is so much bigger, and I'm using that A7 III when I do my filming, so it's like a puffer fish. You know what I'm saying? It makes it
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah, that's
just
what I'm about
looks
to
a
roll
lot-
up to the next tournament with, is just a matte box and my cage camera, and people think I'm
yeah.
shooting like a Netflix film. So
Yeah, no,
you keep muting, bro. Like, what's going on?
Somebody message.
Yeah, he's gone.
I'm sorry. I don't know what
Yeah.
I must be hitting the space bar. I'm sorry. You get that small rig with the matte box on it and with the handle, and it's a wrap. It looks
Mhm.
it looks huge. It looks like a FX6.
True.
It's just a
Right.
big camera.
And I got the 7-inch monitor too. So
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 7-inch monitor.
Very
I
small.
saw Ty. You did a shoot with that. When you took everybody along. Well, not everybody along, but you if it was in Dallas, I think, and you put
Now
that
that's the money right
matte
there.
box.
These are my filters.
Let me give you my mailing address, and you can just slap a label on that. All right. And
I gotta get
I'll
some
get
of
a
those
box
filters.
to put those in. So,
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
and speaking
Get
of
the-
gear, there, Brandy, I was on your snooping your website with your nice Aperture lights. Looks like you're rolling in the big time too. So those Aperture lights would go real well with your red and ARRI.
Stalker. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We are.
Come on, we all looked at each other's sites. You know we have.
Yeah.
No, I've
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
up everybody on here. Nobody has a record that I can find. So
I
everybody's
tell you what, though,
I looked at everybody on it.
I have so much newer gear, like NEEWER.
I like
Oh
new.
my
Mhm.
gosh.
Yep.
it's
Mhm.
great
It is
gear.
Who does
Yo,
it?
I got a question. Maybe one of you guys can answer this. I went and bought the Aperture 300D. It's a beautiful, beautiful light, man. You can I don't care who you are. I can make Aunt Esther look nice with that light. The only thing is, I only got one of them. So obviously I've used my LED panels, but I put a big like diffuser in front of them. but it's not the same. It's just not, it's giving light, but it's not that light. So my question to you is, for my next, because I want another 300D. I can go
Or you can just
300D,
get Godox.
or I can go a 300XD, which is bicolor, and it gives you both tungsten and daylight.
But
It's not as powerful as 300D, but it's beautiful. So you have a choice. It's what you want to go. And it's $100 more.
Half as bright though.
It's not. Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't do bicolor. I do one.
Just
I do
daylight.
daylight. I do just daylight.
How often? What have you ever shot anything in tungsten for? I'm going to my grandma's house or something.
You can put filters on too, or like
tungsten. It can be a nice light because it looks. You can make it seem like it's the real ambient light when it's really not. There's stuff you create, stuff you can do. Ty even said this once. If you want to make something, want to make something artistic, you have daylight on front and their backlight's tungsten. I remember you saying that.
You can get a gel to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, not a filter.
Shooting slave movies or period pieces or something. You gotta go back.
He said it. He said it.
Like,
Django.
Everything is daylight. Everything is daylight. Like for me, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't roll.
You're not going tungsten for anything.
I'm not going tungsten.
Did you say roll bounce? Sweetness.
Right.
Oh, that's the movie right there.
Old school stuff over there, tungsten.
It's funny.
You can get a gel. You can just gel it. You can just add it and get that.
So I'm going. I heard it here first.
Give me
I'm going all daylight.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm all daylight. That's just me. I'll gel it if I need to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
I have tricolor or bicolor of lights, and I never use the different colors ever. It's complete waste.
Anything do RGB. I like RGB lights.
Well, yeah, I do. Right. I have the RGB,
but I don't. I'm not going to do bicolor. That's just my opinion. Some people live by tungsten, and I get it. Like, cool. They like the ARRI lights that heat up, and you got to use the gloves, and they like them, and that's cool. It's just not for me.
I just watched a guy who just does film. It was crazy. I mean, it's really artistic, really nice, everything that he did. But he's doing like music videos, and he would do just film. But he said, we ain't just rolling. We're not going to sing the whole song. You're going to tell me we're going to sing this one verse because film's expensive.
Yep. Yeah. I'm straight on that. I'm cool. I had somebody post on Instagram today why they switched over from like, you just now going to digital? Well, okay.
By the way, good looks. Good looks on that Artlist. You told me about the Artlist. I got to come up with a song for like a really dope. My you remember I told you that my friend's blowing up, driving the Porsche, got a Rollie. So now I filmed him the other day, and it's like one of those look at me videos, and this nonstop stuff I can pick from that's hot. So
Artlist.
That was the truth.
Their selection of music is just second to none.
Yeah, I just switched over to Artlist from Soundstripe. I was like, oh no, I can't do it. The hip hop section is a lot better in Artlist.
Artlist got some dope stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had what is that? The square, the box. What is it called? Something
Epidemic Sound.
Nah, I got off. They had 20 songs.
20 songs.
Blocks. I had something blocks. And
Storyblocks.
Storyblocks. Yeah, they best song was like a Christmas circus song. I was like, dude, really?
Storyblocks music. Storyblocks audio is trash, man.
Man, I got out there quick.
Trash.
They had I feel like they was just trying to get a lot to say we got 10,000, but it wasn't quality. I feel like Artlist. Every track
they listen.
I love is Artlist. Y'all like, what beat is that? Artlist.
Yo,
Bro,
music is dope.
Trash.
You see Epidemic? They just.
I'm mad I paid for it, man.
Music is dope on Artlist. Music is good, but it's expensive. Is a premium beat.
Yeah,
they just stay too expensive.
Yeah, Audio Jungle, premium beat, they're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Envato, yes. Envato is pretty much Audio Jungle, and
yeah. I use Envato for the what is it? Stock footage. They got good stock footage and great like graphics and graphic design stuff. Mm-hmm. All that stuff.
Exactly.
Look at Artgrid. It's Artlist. The video version has very good stock footage. Both for you get both.
So how are they for licensing your clients?
Somebody's
as far as
really good.
Artlist and some of that.
I think that's. I think I know who that is, but they're very good on licensing. Like you can use it for just about whatever you want, up until I think like national stuff.
Well, see, because we have a contract with Epidemic, but we have the corporate contract so we can relicense it to other businesses so they can use it nationally and things like that.
Double check it with Artlist. I think that's covered. I don't want to, they're not.
No, that's fine.
They're not paying me to memorize it, so I'm like, all right. They're just like, you like it? I'm like, yeah, I love it. Run it. But Artgrid selection, Artgrid don't have a big selection, but they have quality video. Quality video. Like you gonna put your video next to it, and your video gonna feel inadequate. Like, yo, I need to upgrade my stuff or something.
I saw a documentary like that where they put nothing but stock footage in there in the beginning. And I was so mad because I was like, I support the channel. So I was like, I'll pay the $10 to watch it early. And when I watched it, I was so mad because I was like, all this is stock footage. All of it.
Yeah.
Hey, how do y'all feel about like finding good stock footage of Black people?
It's very rare to find like
Definitely.
what you need.
Hard.
It's very rare.
People of color.
Yeah.
If you create stock footage, this is a gold mine for you. Get your friends.
I was just gonna say, I guess I've never had a problem finding it because we
get
use
your camera.
it.
Let's go create some. Bro.
I'm like, man, I will totally do that. If you're having problems, I've got to get a domain bot.
What is the contract part look about that? Because I don't want people being in that video trying to make money, like saying that I owe them money for taking stock footage of them and selling it.
Well, you can't just randomly stalk people at the park. But
well, okay, we all know that. Ty, stop it.
He's at the playground again.
Stop it.
Brandy stalking people in the woods.
Broader camera.
I wear my camouflage. Can't nobody see me. Like, can't nobody see me.
She's the ninja ankle breaker.
All the people up at the park and
got a
whatnot.
Caprice with a brake light flip down and the lens come out.
Okay, look, y'all gonna have my probation officer out here. Stop playing.
So when you get your stuff from Artlist, do you get it as just a solid mix, or do you actually get like the tracks?
So certain tracks offer different things. One, you can get it with lyrics, without lyrics, and then sometimes you can get it broken down a little bit more, but it's different per track. To answer your question, real quick, Brandy. So in the contracts, like the model release contracts, you own all the footage. So if you're filming somebody, you can have them sign a model release contract.
Okay.
That's in the contract pack.
Facts. Whenever I do contracts and I'm filming anybody, it's a part of the initial contract that I send out. Everybody, because any stock footage, any leftover footage, I could sell for stock footage and I can use it on YouTube.
Brandy, we bought his contract pack and just dissected the crap out of it and threw it into our Proposify.
Okay.
And we just butchered it. We were like, I'm signed up for that sucker, and I'm like, copy, paste, type, copy, paste.
That's why I'm great in Word document, so you can do that.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have a lawyer. I actually spend money on that. I always make sure I got a budget for that. So I'll have him. I'll likely buy it and then have him just go in there and say everything I need to say.
Brandy, you can't use a criminal defense lawyer for like contracts.
Jonathan is very good at his job. Okay, Ty.
I just want to say he may know how to get
you know, a public defender isn't the same thing.
Right. The public.
Wait, what? They don't work together?
He may know how to get you off. Getting caught.
Wait, what?
Flower in the trunk, but he ain't gonna be able to get you off.
I'm sick of y'all making me out to be a criminal.
Well, we know you break more than ankles. Right?
You're not a criminal, you're a celebrity.
Right. Yeah.
Is that what? Oh, okay. So as a celebrity, they make up stories about you. Okay.
Have you ever heard of TMZ? They make up stories.
Whatever to all y'all. I don't like none of y'all no more.
I got your back, Brandy. I don't want my ankles broken. I got you.
I don't want to get on your back.
I appreciate it.
Brandy. I bought the card now. I don't want to be on your hit list.
I don't want to get on that either. Give me one of those cards.
No, but you were running your mouth though before that time.
No,
Don't forget.
Me.
We got that on video.
That was Tyrone. That wasn't Ty.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
So, just want to put that out there. Just want to put that out there because I ain't trying to get on your bad. Let's go for it, Mario. What's going on, Michael? I see you, brother. Give me one second.
Oh, mijos.
Michael.
Just real quick, and I'm sorry to go back to the lights because that's something that I'm kind of looking and I'm really interested on. And since you guys are, have more knowledge than me as far as this brand, like I've been looking at the newer brand and the GMW or GWM panels.
GMV.
GMV, yeah. Which ones would you guys go for? Like, I know one is a little bit higher, but would you guys say that?
GVM all day, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to make a decision on which one I think.
Either one, because they're both good. I have some RGB lights from the GYM joints. And I got a lot of newer lights. So just kind of weigh them out and look at reviews and stuff, but you kind of can't go wrong with either one.
In most cases, Godoc's newer, they're all brand. They just rebranded.
Yeah.
I'm testing out these, and they've been pretty good so far.
Okay, because I've been seeing my competitors and I've been paying attention to.
I can't. Is the mic breaking up for everybody else?
We can't hear him. Yeah, he's really low.
Competitor is on it.
Can you guys hear me now?
I hear you now.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so oh, I see what it was. I had the input output thing balanced. All right, so I've been seeing at the competitors and I've been seeing their behind the scenes and seeing the equipment that they need and what they're doing. So they mostly to create what the product that I need to achieve, they're using those type of panels. And so I'm kind of like going with the GVM or the newer. So I'm kind of that's why I want to get you guys feedback on that. So
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're filming food, I would go with a light with a Bowens mount so that you can add better diffusers. So like an Aperture, what's the light storm?
120 or the 320, 300?
Yeah, the 120 or Godox make a 60. It's like 129. I wouldn't go with a flat panel for food at all. I would go with something that's Bowens mount. But we have the Bowens mount specialist here, Mr. Bowens, Mios himself, who about to jump on. He be Bowens mountain in the park. So we're gonna let him jump on and tell you how to Bowens mount that thing. And
So I'm not the expert. I don't know where you're getting at. Look, here's the best thing. Tyler's right. You want to diffuse that light because it's more appealing to the nature of the eye, and the higher CIR rating, the closer it is to 99, that's basically the closest to the sun, the how sunlight hits the whatever subject it is. But if you're
Sound like
getting
an expert to me.
so
Exactly.
so you could get away. I've seen some. If you can get from 95 CRIs on up, you can't tell the difference between a 97 and a 99.
Nice.
The Godocs are the Chinese competitor. They're working hard on Aperture's behind, so they have some really good CRIs. That's what you want. The light is CRI. That's what you want. The higher the CRI, the better quality of the light it is. And what Robert said too, modifiers, flags, reflectors, diffusers. It's basically the same thing as with food photography. I mean, you see these giant dome, like you saw in my one of my photos. You had that giant 7. I used that 7-footer on dang, I don't have it on me, but it was for a shampoo. But I wanted to get that light wrapped around that product.
Pause for 1 second, Mike. You say you're not the professional. And do anybody got a 7-foot anything? Anybody else got a 7-foot wing? A 7-foot
He
bed
was
in
just
your
dropping
truck?
knowledge like crazy.
I barely have a 7-foot ceiling.
My C stand is only 6.5 foot.
Facts.
Right.
I just want to. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. We just, I just want to put that out there.
Stop it, like Brandy. I'm gonna be like, Brandy, stop. I know you guys could be doing this too. You could do the same. Oh, here, better yet, Mario, you could basically whatever light you have, hit it at a wall. Hit that wall becomes your diffused light. Bounce that off. It'll be soft. It won't be as like a 7-footer, but now you got a 14-footer. Exactly.
Get it, Mario.
There you go.
Get it.
I mean, look, look what you just did right now. You see how the highlight? No, go aim back the white, back to the white wall. Look at your face. You see how soft your highlights are on your cheekbones?
And Mario's modeling the light now.
There you go.
Look at you.
There you
That's
go.
getting so supple.
There you go. You don't need a 7-footer. You got that. You don't even need to get a damn new light. You can get foam core.
Get two of them.
You get two of them. Foam core it up.
Michael,
I have a. What do you think of a 48-inch softbox? I got a 48-inch softbox with a grid.
Dude. The bigger it is, the softer it is. And also, if you have a really like a 30, like a 2 or 3 footer, get it close. Get it real close. You'll still get the same effect.
This guy knows his stuff.
Because the light fall off it falls off at a shorter distance.
What you're thinking is the bigger the light, yes, you get softer, but how much of that light is going to wrap around the subject? Do you want it to really wrap around to give it that really essence and little soft, elegant look?
That Michael look. That Mike show up at the park and look at the sun like this ain't gonna be enough. This ain't it. Hey, bring out the footer. This sunlight ain't it, Chief. Bring out the sun.
Hey,
okay.
Hey,
the power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
You'll never. Here's what my mentor told me: you'll never beat God, but you can extenuate him.
That's right. You can.
Gem alert.
That's what's happening. I really appreciate it because this is something like that I need to take, either learning from somebody that knows what that has been implementing this stuff and they've been having success, or go out and go out and get the knowledge and then apply it. And that's why I'm asking here. Just from
we just need a guy to create a community or something that we can do that with.
I know the community would be awesome.
I'm at home like.
That's a real good idea. Like in this community, you can have like different sections for stuff. Like you can talk about different things like lighting and photography and video. Right. If somebody had that idea, dude, they would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
they'd be flying us out to Vegas to watch their b-ball game go down.
Oh, we ain't gonna be able to make that. My ankle's short.
Hey, I do want to bring something up. It is something that's come up recently is time limits on proposals, and I have experience with one, but also I'm hearing another. We're being dragged out. And I don't know how. I see you said 48 hours, but is that too soon? Is it too quick?
7 days. 7 days.
A whole week.
Give me a week.
Are we talking about business like Monday through Friday and then Monday, Tuesday?
A real 7 days, business week. Like a 7 days, because they ain't gonna make a decision over Saturday and Sunday. And you gotta create urgency because people will put it on the back burner and they'll get to it whenever. Now you gotta think about it like this. What happens after that time?
Right? That's what I want to ask you about. Do I do a follow through within the 7 days or after 7 days or ultimatum? Because that's where I'm confused.
Both. So this is how I usually do it. One, when I talk to you to gather the information for the proposal, I give you a time in which we're going to deliver this proposal. You'll have this proposal in 24 hours. And now I know today is Thursday. You're going to have it, let's say Friday. I'm going to give you a call back Tuesday. Does that work for you? Just like saying the price. First person say something first lose. Does that work for you? No? What day works for you? We got to see. That lets me know you're BSing. Because if you really want to get it done, you're going to be like, look, you said Tuesday, call me Monday. That tells me everything. Or you'll know, well, we got to run this by our boss and we got the meeting on Wednesday. Oh, you got a meeting Wednesday. Perfect. Shall I attend that meeting? Or you want to give me a call during that meeting? Do you want to give me a call after that meeting?
All those questions I didn't ask. Okay.
You got to ask those. You got to put people
I'll add to that. Can I add to that? in terms of scheduling a follow up. So what I do now is I use Honeybook. So when I send a proposal to Proposify, like in the email, it'll send the proposal, and then it'll also send like a link to schedule a follow up call with us. So it'll be like, thank you. It was a pleasure talking with you. Yada yada. Here's your proposal for whatever. And then here's a link to schedule a proposal follow up call, and they click the Honeybook, and they can click their any schedule, and they got the schedule on Honeybook, so I ain't got to ask the Tuesday work, because they can click it and pick the time themselves. But a lot of times some clients won't even follow up. They'll look at it and like sign it, and we go on to the next step. But I find that scheduling through Honeybook, we use that for so many different things. Like, and that's just one of them. But because I hate trying to get people, this date work for you? Nah, you go look at our schedule, see what we got. You pick what work for you.
Yeah.
Because I ain't got time.
Usually I'm trying to force a time, and if they don't have it, I'm like, after that, I'm like, okay, I ain't about to chase you. Here's our schedule. Pick it.
Right.
And I'll tell you another thing too. Think about it like this. If you got somebody that's buying a package, right? If you have a package, which is a base rate plus this, and you're creating a package for them, that's why I say always go within the niche, get it set up. Outside of that 30 days, they don't qualify for that package. That package price is within that time limit of that proposal. Prices may change. Hey, if you guys book it by next week, we'll give you a teleprompter for free, or we'll do this. Incentivize them on handling business. If you see a slowdown, if they're like, we're gonna get back, incentivize them to do it. Because I'll give up an extra backdrop or something to get them to close the sale.
What about that follow-up call, Ty, to give them that way out?
We're gonna set that time for that follow-up call. We're gonna set it up. That's why I prefer, because I know right then and there if you're serious about it. When we get to the point where I'm gonna create a proposal. You told me what your problems are. If I can solve that problem, which I've made it clear that I can solve that problem, and we both understand that, yes, I can solve that problem. Now let me put it on paper for you. If I put it on paper for you and get it in front of you, at that call, you can either tell me yay or nay. And I've had people use the term, hey, I'm going to give you a call back. At the time, are you able to tell us yes or no? Either we can do business or part as friends, whatever. So usually with that follow-up call, if they're saying no, I am usually going into not save mode, but trying to understand why. And not necessarily to save the sale, which sometimes it happens, but to understand why they didn't choose us, so that I can make sure, okay, we didn't offer enough value, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. Perfect. Now I know for the next person, or I may be able to rebuttal and save the sale. So
we kind of took the mindset as of late to just, if they don't want it, there's plenty of other fish out there. I'm not going to sit and spin my wheels on this. There are other people in line ready for our services.
But sometimes I've learned that people didn't move forward simply because they didn't understand something small.
Yeah.
Little.
Well, I'm assuming. Oh, not assuming. I am kind of like, I didn't follow up on those questions that you have. Two, I'm just a nice guy. I guess I believe in the fact that they're busy and they're doing things, and I don't want to be the quote unquote douche to say, hey, can you follow up on a proposal? Something like
There's
that.
no nice guys in business.
Yeah.
Damn, we live, so I can't really.
This is
I can't
business.
really go.
You know the word I want
can't.
to use to start with an A and end with an E. Everybody
Yeah.
got
One of the personality traits that go along with getting everything that you want in your life is being disagreeable. Disagreeableness. People who are more disagreeable get what they want more often.
Yeah, I got a question for you. I don't know if anybody knows this. Does anybody know of a social media influencer or someone who can help companies in business basically grow their base through social media? I'm just curious because I was asked by these guys I was telling you about. They want to promote their brand, and I don't know really much about who I don't want you to send them anywhere. So I'm just wondering if there's anything that you all know about in terms of that.
So you're looking for a marketing company, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
or
basically.
a company that you know.
Their job is to push.
I would try to find an influencer in the market that they're in. What are they selling? You know, they're selling
they're loan officers. They sell like basically funding for homes. They deal with realtors.
There's tons of influencers that talk about how to build credit, how to buy houses, there's tons of them on YouTube.
But they want to push like their own, what they do through Instagram. And they're trying to blow that up so they get followers.
Reach out to an influencer and say, listen, we'll give you $500 to talk about our brand before your next video.
Okay. Maybe I'm saying the wrong thing by saying influencer.
Tell them to cut me a $10,000 check. I'll talk about it. Hey, welcome to FlashFilm Academy.
Well, my question to you is there somebody who like basically builds up businesses through Instagram that you know of, like a marketing company that says, listen, give us X amount of dollars per month and we'll get you followers and we'll garner it, we'll push your content, that sort of thing?
To
be honest, man, most of the time that is not worth the money. It's just not worth the money.
Robert, hold on. You'll take pictures of the Instagram and you'll get a hashtag keyword generator and you'll generate hashtags for the images and you'll constantly post to their channel.
It's Content Inc.
I want 25% of that.
What I gotta say. Content.
I guess, Alex, if you don't want to do it, I think there's probably a few of us on here who'll do it for you.
Facts.
So, I mean,
to be quite honest, I might have you take you up on that because I don't have time to be pushing stuff for these guys. They're trying to get like a following for this, and I'm trying to build my business up. And I know you think it's one of the same.
All day.
Alex, that's a subscription customer you're skipping over. Yeah. Because they're going to need you to capture content. They're going to need you to upload content. And if you don't want to do it, the price you think about doing it for ain't high enough in your head.
And you can manage their content. You just got to charge for it.
Right. I'm on Instagram for free. I'll take that money. Run it.
Okay.
All right. I got a few clients.
You got to do video for them. You got to shoot for them. That's a subscription-based client right there.
Got a few clients that be like, we don't want to do our social media or YouTube. And be like, yeah, we can do all that for you. Yep. We gotta, usually the last thing in our proposal is usually like a social media management upsell. And it says, you know, you don't want to upload, you don't got time to upload your videos to social media or YouTube. We can do that for you. We can even optimize your YouTube video using thumbnails, keywords, and all that. And you know, we usually start that anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500, depending on what it is. You know, Alex, some people bite on it, some don't. You know?
Alex, do you have any teenagers?
Yeah. They do.
I'm saying, do you have teenagers? Any kids as teenagers?
Yeah, 2, an 18 and a 15-year-old.
Oh, you got 2 qualified
employees.
Put up to social media.
You got 2 experts.
You got a whole department.
You got a whole social media.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Let them learn it. They'll eat forever. Go get the Skillshare on social media management and let them run with it.
Yep.
Skillshare. That's like an app.
It's
Skillshare is an education platform. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
we
dope.
don't really promote them much around here, but
and Darren, Alex, I need to see one of your proposals because that sounds dope.
Yeah. It's I mean it's all stuff. It's a mixture. It's mostly stuff we learned from module 2. You know, you just gotta kind of like productize your stuff. Like if you want if a client wants a promo video, right? So some others so what we do is like I got systems and processes of how I take calls.
I love it. He's using your lingo.
So like I'm gonna tell you a real story, right? One time I was at my lady's place, right? I'm taking a nap. I'm dead asleep. I got a discovery call in like an hour. I get up, pull out the binder, system and process joint. You couldn't even tell I was asleep because I ran through that call from that. But anyway, with in that process, like when they fill out the discovery form and schedule the time for the call on Honeybook, I write down reference info, like what they put in the form, what they want, stuff like that. I write down questions, that I might have for them. And then I think of upsell. So they want a promo video to showcase their brand and showcase what it is. So I might be like, maybe we can upsell them on headshots. Maybe we can upsell them on a 30-second version. That's a whole separate edit. You know what I'm saying? We might do a TikTok version, Snapchat. I mean, not Snapchat. An Instagram version. We might upsell them on. We might upsell them on hold on, I lost my train of thought. Oh, we might, like I mentioned before, the social media upsell of us uploading the content. We'll upsell them on thumbnails for the video. We'll upsell them on getting flyers made to possibly promote the content if it's like something that they want to get in front of like a lot of eyes. We might get promotional flyers made, if they promoting the business or whatever. So we just think of different things that we can upsell them. And just like if somebody wants headshots, it might be something different. We might upsell them on group shots. Something like, it's not called that for us yet, but executive level headshots, we might sell them on something like that. Different backgrounds. So you just got to think of different things they may want. And I can definitely show you a proposal. We can, connect and kind of, but I mean, it's just different things, but it's like most stuff I learned, especially within the last year or so, was from FlashFilm. So it's just implementing it. So, I have no problem with sharing or.
I feel like an old sensei just watching the students just whoop in the corner. Daniel-san. He's looking back at me like, should I finish them? And I'm like, yes.
That's dope. Thanks, Darren.
No problem. I'm waiting on module 3 because I want to get that van at some point.
I got to get module 2. I'm still working on it.
It's some uppercuts. Who else?
The good thing about module 2 is it's not so checklist based like the first one is. Module 2 is easier to implement. Module 1's a little harder because it's more checklist based.
I feel like module 1, it's like I got to get you. You ever see like a movie where they got to create the whole character story and get you all up to speed to the world, to how the world is, in the world of Transformers. We got to start with everything. So it's just, you got to get people going. Because you'll be surprised at how many people are like, I got a business we running. And then you start dissecting it and you like, whoa, this ain't, no wonder this stuff ain't working because the foundation ain't solid.
Right.
Yeah. I definitely got to do a start over. I know that.
Yeah.
That's where I am really confused. Is I don't have a solid foundation, and I know what I want to do is building that. If you know my story, it's just building it so in my mind at snail's pace, but it feels like the progress of it. There's little to no progress, but I am progressing.
That's all that matters. The pace ain't important.
Right.
Well, okay, I get it. We're not going to the same. We're not going back to the same. What I'm trying to get at is I feel that I want to start like doing like I still trying to build systems and processes, but I feel like in order to do system process, I had to get it out there. Well, it's not fully built. If that foundation is rickety, it's not gonna sustain itself and break down and have to start all over again. You get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. It may require a little more sacrifice. I got a video coming up talking about that. Like, how much are you sacrificing to build your foundation?
I hate you because they knew that.
I hate them too. I really do.
Because if you're comfortable, if you're making this journey and it's comfortable, you're not sacrificing anything. When I tell you I was wearing Walmart shirts and Skippies to make this happen, bro, don't. I'm talking about I was cutting my line was like this, bro. I had got rid of my car. I was riding in just my work van for a minute because I was like, man, I'm about to just cut out everything and put money into it. I don't want you to believe that it was a smooth sailing for me. I was picking up family in the airport in a work van. Like, can I fit? I don't know, but your luggage will. You can slide around the back. So I'm just keeping it real with you. Like, I don't want you to think that it was that I just made this idea and just skated on, took this exit up to where this was. Nah, it took
Mike,
some.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know how like, and I'm gonna have to borrow this from Ty, relationship analogy. You know how you dealing with somebody or you like somebody or vice versa, and you be like, it's not time yet. When I get certain stuff together, maybe I'll be ready to date. You never gonna have shit. Oh, we live. Should I? You're never gonna have stuff fully
Good,
together.
Darren.
You're never gonna have stuff fully together. You're never gonna have stuff fully together.
We're
You just
all
gotta do it.
no, okay, we're all in agreement. Rodney said this many times. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Look,
He
look.
said, the Rodney said this many times too. It's the fact that it's not gonna be perfect.
Right.
It's gonna get there. I'm just saying I'm ready to go it, and it's gonna break down because I know the foundation is not solid. That's all. That's all I'm arguing. That's my argument about that.
The thing is this: you gotta take passion in building that foundation. You got to take passion in that part before you fly. You got to put time into the wings before you take off.
Correct. Like, I don't have systems and processes. I have no like products upsells yet. I'll be frank with you. I still don't have my darn proposals. Like,
see, you got to do all that. You got to do that before you take that step. Before you jump. Let me go back to what Rodney said. This is exactly what Rodney said. It's not going to be perfect. That's what he said. So you got to know how to.
I love it. You got to get a little closer, though. You got to get a little closer.
Oh, man.
Not gonna be perfect.
Make sure the chin and head to fill up the frame. A little overspill.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
It's not gonna be perfect.
Look in the camera.
But it's gonna be perfect.
You look like you need to be arrested. Like you were just. This is terrible. I'm so scared.
I'm taking screenshots right now.
If you're a gold
I was like, I think he froze for a second there. That was sweet.
Let me go buy this course where he beat me up.
Oh, God.
If you're a gold member, you got to get this close to top.
And he got the catch light in there. Is that a star in his eye?
It is a star in my eye.
What? This is crazy. And he get his eyebrows done. Okay, Ty, I see you. I see you. Okay. Pretty boy Ty.
Ty got those eyebrows done. That wasn't Tyrone. That was Ty.
Got his nails done. He got clean nails.
Yeah, you got it.
Different kind of male over here. Okay.
Y'all get to see me up close. This is the first time seeing me up close. Rodney
the Rodney shot. The Rodney shot.
Rodney trying to steal my show with the close-up. I should have been doing this. Okay, yeah. Let me whisper in your ears.
Stop it.
No.
Stop it. No.
The shoulders.
Oh, man.
Creep Street. Just Creep Street.
Stuff you need to hear. All the gems going to be whispering in your ear. That's all I'm going to do. Gotta get you that LLC.
Look at his eyes. What is that in your? Is that the light in his eyes? What is happening?
It's the Aperture 300D.
It's the twinkle.
Y'all gotta chill, man.
That's the Aperture 300D in daylight.
You got to do that with the X-File sound. You got to do that with the X-File sound.
Y'all gotta chill.
And you got to zoom in with that. You got to get it all.
How does this help with who does your brand speak to? Can you explain that, please?
Well, Rodney, your brand, when your brand is that close, it speaks to everybody personally.
Man. Oh, I can't. Y'all killing me.
For those who have sat through 2 hours, 3 hours of this video, which was, and you got here, I do want to apologize, but we're off topic a little bit.
Well, I want to bring something up, but I'm just asking this to a friend. Marvin has tried to subscribe, but somehow the system is not taking it. Like he says, he's not a gold member. Just putting it out there. So,
Marvin,
the Marvin, the one in Washington, Marvin.
Marvin. Oh, I know that guy. Yeah. Tell him to send me a message on IG. I'll make sure he triple good.
Okay, right.
Make sure
Shout out.
he good.
Oh, Brandy's just
Because a lot of
pounding it.
people,
Oh, that's just water.
a lot of people, whenever you sign up on FlashFilm Academy, it's going to ask you, how do you want to sign in? You got to say teachable. You choose something different. You're like, wait a minute. Alex got the super chat for the Rodney shot. With the eye of the light.
Oh,
man. Ty, I got one quick question.
Yes, sir.
You got to send me the link or however I get the new contracts. I got the ones from like last year and I can't find them. So
just log back in. Log back in.
I did. I tried. I was unsuccessful trying to find it. Under what tab?
When you go back to your courses, and then you should have the ability to see everything, all your purchases. You just go re-download it. Because I changed all right. I updated all of them.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. All right, y'all have a good night.
We about to get ready to wrap in a minute.
Later, Alex. Take care, man.
Oh, you gonna wrap in a minute? All right, cool. I'll stick around.
I gotta just drop it. No, actually, we're not. We're going another 2 hours. 2 hours. We are about to get ready to wrap. Let me see.
Hey, I got a quick question.
Go for it.
2 questions.
All right.
So back to the topic that we were talking about. Oh, I'm big. Okay. So if I change my name, if I still have my main name as my LLC and then I have a DBA as University Media, for my other clients who aren't in that niche, would it be stupid to show up as University Media, or could I still show up as like Precision Productions for one client, and then for my niche client, show up as University Media?
Hold on one second. Wait, that's the wrong button. Dang. You can show up as, you can tell them that you got a new company. Tell them that we're switching names, we're switching over. Tell them that this is the new company. I had to do that. I had to tell all my old companies, we were this, we're now FlashFilm Media. Then I had to tell them this was our old FlashFilm Media logo, this is our new logo. Companies do it all the time.
But I'm saying, like, so for clients who aren't in that niche though, so like I'm doing like videos for like colleges.
If you're creating it for a specific niche, and the old ones service the old niche well, they don't have to get the new company. They don't have to. It wouldn't hurt. They don't have to. Rodney Shot is available. RodneyShot.com is available. They don't have to get it.
So I can still, they won't even have to know, and I can just still be Precision Productions to them. But then over here with my niche, I'll just be University Media.
There are companies that know my brand as FlashFilm Photo Booths. Period. And there's companies that know me as FlashFilm Media. And then, FlashFilm Wedding. Right, FlashFilm Academy. You're right. So, it just depends on what they have access to. And I had different shirts for all of them.
Okay. Second question.
Now, question real quick. I want to put an asterisk to that, because this may not, if you're in an area where LLC is $50, then you could possibly get an LLC. You don't get 2 tax ID numbers. You got to divide all that up, 2 bookkeepings, all of that. I'm in an area
where I want to do
$500.
So, it's the bookkeeping though. Like, I don't want to have different bank accounts. I just want it all to be one thing. Even though I'm doing like 2 different niches, I just want it all to be like Precision Productions is the parent company.
Yeah, you can do
that. Under it, I have,
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay.
Yeah, like in my state here in Colorado, to start an LLC, it's $50. So for me, it was like, I typed up the dissolution of an LLC. It was $20. I created LLC completely out of the state registrations, and then I created Foodies Media Solutions LLC for $50. So to me, it wasn't that much of a, once I got that out of my heart, I was like, buy $50, $20, eliminate it, I'm done.
Yeah, that's not the case for me. It's like $500-$600.
I know. I have a friend that lives in Nevada that uses an address here in Colorado. I don't know how that is. But
Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, I got
that happens a lot, though, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, especially New Jersey.
Rhode Island does a lot of that, too. They have a lot of incentives for businesses to set up and do business there. Supposing you only got like 2 square blocks of real estate, you got to get some traffic coming over there.
That's a good, yeah.
Hey, wait, hold on, y'all. Before I got one more question.
Go for it.
And I'm not joking. If you could send me that intro beat so I can hit y'all with a rap for the intro, please.
I'm gonna send you the link. It's on Artlist. I can send it to you, and I gotta find it.
All right.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you, there is a song that's on it. The song, it's somebody, because it's an actual song.
Well, there's 2 beats that you use though.
You talking about this one right here? You talking about this one right here? Hold on.
That's the joint. Look at that one.
Okay. So you said there's a song to this one?
It's gonna let you down so hard. You're gonna be like, "What was y'all thinking?" They recorded it it's bad. It's terrible. I'm sorry.
If you can send me that beat, I promise you, man. I already got like half the verse ready. Every time it comes on, I'm rapping it in my head.
It got to be about each module. Module 1, we're gonna hit you with the
So Ty, there's a Sister Crystal saying that she was told to stay away from doing business as a DBA. I'm kind of curious to why.
I would love to hear
I've
that.
never.
Sister, go ahead and log on, or you come on, log on this thing and talk to us, chop it up with us. I would love
sister.
Hey, I'll step out to let sister in because I gotta go. I gotta do what I need to do and get these foundations out done. But gentlemen,
Get that proposal done, Michael.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get into it. Thank you, ladies
Get it
and gentlemen.
done, bro.
Have a good night.
All right.
Later, mijo.
Later.
Happy birthday too, man. Happy birthday.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro. I forgot.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Oh, we all got different versions. My bad.
right, Brandy. I know which one you're doing.
Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. The bottom of my heart, I thank y'all. Appreciate that. Have a good day.
Thank you. Mike about to go
Thank you,
turn
IG,
up.
man. Thank
You
you
about to
for
go
the
turn up.
I got a question.
Sure.
Where's that gold member discount code?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'll send it to you.
No, I was asking because I wanted to know if it was in the community somewhere. I can just find it.
Go under the community tab.
I did.
It's not there. Send me a message on the gram. Real quick. Let me say
Is the community tab on YouTube or community tab on
Well, I think I know why it's not there. Let me say this real quick. Gold members. Let me tell you this. Going over to the new gold member, there's not going to be a discount code anymore. There's going to be just specials. However, it ends when the old gold member ends. We had to drop the price. That was it. Well, nobody using it too. Let's be honest with you. I think like 4 people used it. And I had to go create new code. So if you are a gold member.
I used it.
I was about to.
Like 2 of y'all.
Does the badge appear as soon as you get it? Does the badge appear like that says gold member on your
Nah, it does not appear. It doesn't appear. I was gonna make everybody booty photographers, but I ain't gonna do that. It won't appear until after the first month.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because I'm working on it to get it automatic, but I have to go in and be like,
So from now on, so after my YouTube membership runs out, I just go to your version of it, and then I can get on.
So there's a video if you go in the member section, because right now, even gold people who aren't gold can watch this. There's a video that explains it, how to switch it over and everything.
I'm already switched over. I just so after YouTube is done, though, I just go straight to FlashFilm.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure. And then we got everybody, even if you're not a member, go to community. It's a whole bunch of sections. You can talk and chop it up and set it up, and we can video reply. We can post different stuff, and it's just way better without having the man,
muting us.
Yeah, muting us and kicking us out and worry about your Facebook account. And now you can't talk to your auntie and them because you posted 2 cameras that was too close together that look like this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Plus, things are organized now, so you can find what you're looking for. I don't want to have to sift through all kind of stuff. But I would love to hear Sister Crystal. Sister Crystal, can you go on the community under legal? There's a section called legal, and just post why you've heard to stay away from DBAs as a business. I would love to hear about that. So that definitely do that. With that being said, we're gonna get ready to wrap for the day because it's getting late.
No.
It's still early in Vegas. What's
Yeah.
cool?
It's only 8. Turn up. Upturn. Why don't y'all stay on and help me figure out a new name? Appreciate you.
We need let's put a
The
poll.
streets, we don't matter.
You gonna pay us?
What's right?
I got $1 for everybody.
These are business.
I don't want $1. I want one of those cards.
That's right.
Well, you gotta talk. You gotta talk to the person on eBay about it. I don't know nothing about it.
I got one. It's $25. I just $25.
I guess I'm gonna have to start selling the jerseys in the back then, huh?
There you go, Ty.
All right.
I'll drop it in the mail.
I am actually collecting a lot of sports memorabilia right now. Like I'm from Detroit, so I'm trying to get the original Bad Boys, all 5 starting 5, and I have everybody besides Bill Laimbeer. I got Dennis Rodman, Isaiah, Joe Dumars, Rick Mahorn. I got to get Bill Laimbeer. So if anybody know of a Bill Laimbeer jersey, old Detroit Piston, I need that jersey signed.
I think he coaches one of the WNBA teams out here.
He definitely,
or not one, but the Aces.
I'm gonna have to have you run up on him
and get tackled. Yeah,
sign
right.
this. Break his ankles. He'll be all right. Sign That's like your special. Like if you was a Marvel character, you would be like the ankle breaker.
That's what I'm gonna call my company, anklebreaker.com.
There you go.
Just ankle breaker reels. There you go.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah. Ankle breaker studios. Straight up.
That would be a nice one. That would be a nice one.
Where my music at? We about to. That ain't the right music. There we go.
Yeah, that
too. You got to give me that. It took me a while to find out. With that being said, guys, I'm going to ask that if you've learned anything in this 3-hour chat filled with jokes and gems and close-ups of Rodney, that if you've learned anything other than what Rodney looks like really close and myself, I'm going to ask that you post it in the comments. And I want to thank you for sticking around with us on this Thursday night, where you have been here just joking with us and chopping it up with the fam. I'm also going to ask that if you have questions, comments, and concerns, that you leave them at community.flashfilmacademy.com. We're also going to ask that you guys stay safe. You guys win. You guys make sure your systems and processes are in order. Make sure you're implementing what you learn, because we can talk about it all day. And we want to make sure we keep moving forward, because 2021 is our year. All of us, everybody, all 3 of y'all, times whatever number, So, sister, please don't get beat up. We can't come and assist you. We don't know where you at. She said I might have to visit once the live is over because it took me away from the live. I'm sorry. But make sure you check it out. Listen, I've worked hard on that community to make sure we got a place. We got a home. And if you ain't a gold member, that's cool. We still got a place for you. We still love you. We still want you to be a part of this thing. You just can't be a part of all of it. Okay, with that being said, I want to say thank you. If you're listening on the podcast, make sure you give us 5 stars. And you all be safe. I will see you next week. We got content dropping tomorrow. 2 things. 2 dropping tomorrow and something dropping Saturday. So there you go. I got it. We bringing it. So with that being said, y'all be safe, and I will see y'all next week. This is the part where I hit the button and we end the live stream and we talk really raw and crazy in the chat that you guys don't get to see, but they get to talk to Tyrone. You guys just get Ty. So you guys be good and keep your head up and hope everything's great. I'll see you guys in a few. See you in the next video. Hey, we off air. Like I was saying, because that one time, that mother,